It is the Mike Calta Show. It's 102.5 The Bone. Good morning, everybody. It is Tuesday, January 14th, 2025, and we are coming to you live this morning. How's everybody doing?
Good.
Do you know what the Voyager 1 golden record is?
Voyager 1 golden record.
Yeah. It's not a trick question.
Is that a record that they put out into space or something?
It is on the first Voyager that went out there. Do you know what was on it?
Dancing Queen?
It may be. It just shows you how far advanced we are now, because what it was a gold record that was attached to a satellite that we put out there in case extraterrestrial life found it, and they would be able to. Carmen, are you there?
Yeah. Hi.
Oh, okay. I just heard the music playing. I want to make sure everything's okay. So it was a disc that was put on the Voyager, so that in case advanced civilizations found it, they'd be able to play it. And then I guess at that point they would determine whether or not they wanted to contact us based on what was on there.
Okay.
I thought there was like some Beethoven on that.
There is. It's in music from different cultures and eras. Natural sounds like animal calls, human sounds like laughter and footsteps, and the hum of an automobile. That's the sounds that are on there. There is also 116 images. 116. I have 30,000 pictures on my phone.
Yeah.
116 images. No wonder why nobody contacts us from outer space. They're like, these guys don't even have iPhones yet. And then spoken greetings in 59 languages, printed messages, including messages from Jimmy Carter and UN Secretary Kurt Waldheim, and inscriptions that feature hand-etched inscriptions that read, "To the makers of music, all worlds, all times." And nobody seems to be interested in it. It's been out there since the 70s.
I do have a list of different songs that are on there.
Please, I was trying to find that. Okay.
So you have...
Keep in mind, this is probably like, what, 72? No, 75 maybe?
Johnny B. Good, Chuck Berry.
Okay.
All right.
Melancholy Blues.
Melancholy
Louis
Blues.
Armstrong.
Okay.
Let's see. A greeting from the Secretary General of the UN.
Right.
So I guess this isn't
that
all
was Kurt
songs.
Waldheim.
Symphony number 5. Composers, blah, blah, just
All different types, like classical, rock and roll.
It has a night chant.
Oh.
I don't know. It's a Navajo night chant. It has Pygmy Girls.
That makes the most sense.
Right? Pygmy Girls initiation song.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so there's a bunch of different things on there. Cranes in Their Nest, Japan.
I love that, man.
So it's basically stuff that they're hoping something they get attached to.
That's a violin thing. And then there's Morse code.
I feel like this is more of a deterrent than.
That's what I'm saying. It depends on who finds
Yeah.
it. These morons.
Also, you put a gold record on your record player, you're going to wreck your record player.
That's true.
Come on.
Is that true? I just assumed a gold record would play.
Isn't Symphony number 5 dun 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 dun?
I think, yeah, but I've always heard it Beethoven's 5th Symphony.
Oh,
So yeah, they just want to let them know that we're. We'll get you if we have to.
They should send the Imperial Death March.
Oh yeah. There was no Star Wars yet.
Oh yeah,
So don't even try it.
Damn it.
Yeah, I don't know. I was just thinking about no wonder why 116 images. They're like, this is all they got down there.
And they haven't thought to update this yet.
No.
But Elon's putting his Tesla up there and Starlink and all kinds of
That's
stuff.
true. That car's still floating through space,
Yeah,
isn't it?
yeah.
That's so funny.
I hope it falls on someone.
It lands in somebody's pool.
I was looking at both the Cybertruck and the other Teslas. I don't like any of them.
No.
The Cybertruck's almost like a joke, but the other Teslas are just the most mom cars you'll ever see.
The thing that I thought the other day, and I don't know whether this is he was trying to do it or not, the Tesla, the emblem for the Tesla, I was behind one the other day. Doesn't it look kind of like the Mandalorian helmet because the way the T is and thing around it? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
I was wondering, did he like try and do not Mandalorian, but like a Roman?
Yeah.
Oh, maybe. Yeah.
I think the logo was already designed before he bought the company.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, he bought the company?
Yeah, people think that Elon invented Tesla. He bought the company.
No, I thought he was involved in the science in the company. Like I didn't know that he didn't.
I think he jumped on later on and became one of the main shareholders of the company.
Interesting. I feel like if I had that kind of money, you'd never hear from me again, no matter how smart I thought I was. Yeah, because he doesn't come up with all the technology.
No,
but he has some good ideas.
He finances all the stuff.
Yes. But I don't know. I'd like to see if he builds that tunnel.
He was
from New
one of
York
the founders. He was one of the founders. So maybe it was a different name.
Maybe.
And he took it over because I'm looking here. There's him, J.B. Straubel, Mark Tarpening, Ian Wright. So there's like 4 or 5 different guys together. But I'm seeing whether he jumped on or whether.
Well, either way, I mean, he's definitely taken it to new heights. You know, he's the Steve Jobs of this generation.
Yeah.
So, except he's a little bit more flamboyant. I saw a thing the other day. Some guy wrote a letter to Steve Jobs asking for the autograph. Anybody see that? When Steve Jobs was at the early stages of Apple.
Yeah, I know what it is. Yeah.
He said, Mr. Jobs, I'm an admirer and I'd like to get your autograph. And Steve Jobs typed a letter back that said, I find it humorous that you're interested in my autograph, blah, 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 but I'm sorry I do not sign autographs. And then signed the letter, Steve Jobs. Yeah. This Pete Hegseth confirmation hearing is set to begin. I think this is where it all begins.
What's Nikki Glaser doing next up?
Does he win or no?
Yeah.
Does he get in?
Yeah,
I think so too. Are you nervous about that?
No, you are.
I am.
Yeah, I don't think he's different than anyone else. Like, I get it. You know,
you don't think he's different than like a 5-star general?
Yeah, I understand that, but
like,
I'm saying,
I'm telling you right now, Pete Hegseth doesn't have clearance to know about a lot of our nuclear weapons and all that stuff now. He doesn't know about a lot of this stuff. Like, he's going to have to learn about all these things if he gets his job.
Yeah, everyone has to learn that
you
job
think
when they
Trump
get it.
knew all this stuff when he got there?
Yeah.
No.
And he's the leader, the
I
commander in chief.
But really, I mean, let's face it, the president's not creating attack defense, attack schematics and things like that.
But you think one person is? Like, this guy is going to have a team with him. Like, it's not just him making that decision.
Yeah, I get it, but he's the guy.
Right. He's the figurehead.
He's the guy. He's the guy. No, he's the guy that goes to Trump and says, based on our information, we need to attack this country.
Right. And who gives him that information?
100 other people.
Yeah.
Right. But then it's his interpretation of that information that makes it to the president.
But see,
okay.
I just don't feel like that's.
He was in the military for like 15 or 20 years.
I get it, but there's a lot of people who are in the military for a lifetime that I don't think are qualified to be the.
But that's in every job.
Yeah.
There's people that have been in radio for 30 years, and you're like, you don't know how to do that? You know what I mean? Love Tiger was
but
radio for 20 years and couldn't take a phone call.
A big difference between Love Tiger and his radio station and a guy who can declare war against other countries.
If you weren't familiar with him as a Fox News host, I think you wouldn't even question it.
No,
Right.
I would say he's so young, and what are his credentials?
Yeah.
I don't think
he was
he's
in the military.
Yeah, but I don't think he's unqualified to be in some sort of military advisory board or something. I just don't feel like he has. And also, I've met him. He's very goofy, and it's just not what you expect. I've met generals before, and I've met Pete Hegseth before. They're just a different vibe. I am also not saying that he should not be. I feel like it's just weird, you know?
Yeah.
Well, and maybe that's what we need. Maybe instead of a gun-ho, always hand on the trigger type of person, we need someone who's going to do a little dancey dance with their gun, you know?
Are they? Well, I'm sorry. What are they? What is the thing that you said? They're
Gun-ho?
Mm.
What?
That's not
It's gung.
gung.
Gun?
No,
Oh.
gung
Gung.
with a G on the end.
Like Gunga Din.
Yeah.
What's that?
That's
Gung
gung ho.
ho. That's what you're trying to say.
I'm trying to say gun-ho.
No,
As a military.
No.
Yeah.
That's just a
Yeah.
hooker with a gun.
Yeah.
That's little Kim.
Give me that gun, ho.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, I
Yeah.
did not.
Yeah.
I've my entire life gun-ho.
Carmen, I was in my 35 before I found out it was wheelbarrow and not wheelbarrow.
What about bald face liar or
Yo.
bold face liar?
It's
Bold.
It's bald. We found that out on the show years
Oh,
ago.
yeah.
Yeah. We all. I mean, bold face means Right there with your bold face, you lied to me.
Right.
But that doesn't make sense.
But what is a gung?
It's a Japanese term.
I make it American. Gun ho,
Well.
bitches. Bang,
right.
bang.
All right.
That doesn't make sense.
Well, I would say, Carmen, a girl that might shoot you, she could be a gun ho.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, she's so crazy. That bitch is a gun ho.
Yeah.
Gung ho is, being enthusiastic.
Ready to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
Wow.
You just blew my mind. You changed my whole world.
It says the Marines adopted it from the Chinese in World War.
Oh, Chinese.
Yeah.
Okay.
I believe that.
Second World War too.
They should have changed it.
I believe Pete Hegseth probably thinks it's gun ho. I think that his lack of experience is probably on your side.
But he's so powerful now, he'll be able to change it.
But
True.
again, lack of experience, that still blows my mind that you think he has lack of experience. He's been in the military. And what other person that has had that job had the right experience?
Colin Powell.
What was his...
Colin Powell had like a PhD. He was in the military.
School makes you smart now?
Scart.
Yes, it makes you very smart. Gung ho.
I have a question. Were you up for this job?
No.
Yeah,
Because
exactly.
it seems like
I feel like you guys are taking this too lightly.
I don't think you. I don't think you
understand.
understand how the world works. There's so many people in positions that they should not be in that are in there just because they've been around or they know the right person.
Yes.
That's literally how the world works.
But we are talking about our government, and we're talking about an area of our government that is able to declare wars and influence one of the most easily influenced presidents in the history of our time.
Are you telling me that now there's a guy in the U.S. government that may be able to start a war for false reasons?
Yes.
Come on!
All right.
What is going on here? For their own benefit?
Oh, no.
What?
It's ridiculous.
It's come on! It's out of
Never
control. I mean,
I just don't understand why this blows your mind so much.
I thought this is what you want when you put Trump in office.
Yeah.
You want to mix things up.
you're the reason that there's only old white guys as president.
Yeah.
Was Cheney qualified when he became vice president?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
For what? How?
He didn't do anything bad.
No, Cheney was definitely qualified to be vice president.
What about
though.
JD
How,
Vance?
though?
But I mean, you're saying he's qualified, but look at the stuff that he did on his own for his own benefit.
Yeah, I get that. I mean, look, there are bad people in this world. I get it. And Cheney was one of those people. But, he's definitely a smart man. He benefited financially from most of the wars that were fought during his term.
And you think Hegseth is dumb or what?
No, I don't think Hegseth is dumb. I think he lacks experience. That's all I'm saying.
But everyone lacks experience in a job they never have had.
I feel like the guy who should be the Secretary of Defense should be a lifer in the military.
Do we know
Why?
who the current Secretary of Defense
No, we
is?
already went over this, and I still don't.
No, and I think that's good. It's a guy. It should be a guy who's not looking for the spotlight. It should be a guy who.
It's Lloyd Austin. He's the 28th
Lloyd.
Secretary of Defense. He's sworn in on January 2021. Graduate of the U.S. Military Academy at West Point, Austin served 41 years in uniform,
41.
Retiring as a 4-star Army general after 3 years as commander of the U.S. Central Command.
Yeah, how old is he?
41 years in the military. Pete Hegseth is like 42, and the guy's a 4-star general.
And he's got almost half his life in the military.
right.
No,
So he must not be that good.
No, but this guy's got 41 years. You know how many generations that is? He's seen how many he's been there for 4 decades. Had the changes that he's seen in the military, the changes he's seen in the world.
He's 71 years old.
Yes.
Okay, so literally almost the same thing. Half his life in the military. Hegseth, half his life in the military.
Yeah, but what I'm saying, but this guy's a 4-star general. He's been at an access level that is higher than 99% of the people in the military for years.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, it's like you're talking about you're calling up somebody from the minors to play.
Yeah.
And I'm
that
saying you should.
Can I just point out Puka Nacua was like a third round draft from whatever, and he's one of the greatest wide receivers in the NFL.
I mean,
Tom
I
Brady.
get it. I get it. Occasionally you're going to get a good one.
Tom Brady, yeah.
Do I think that Pete Hegseth is the next Tom Brady? No, I don't.
He's got the looks.
Listen, I don't dislike him, and I don't think that I just think it's scary.
Hegseth was a major in the Army.
A major in the Army for how long was he in the Army? Does it say?
I think it says 15 years.
Yeah. And,
2003 to 2014.
So half of his adult life.
So yeah, like 10 years. Then he came back from 2019 to 2021.
Yeah, that's definitely not half his
He
life.
was in the
It's close.
Iraq War and
life.
Iraq War and war in Afghanistan, Bronze Star, Army Commendation Medal.
I feel like we're gonna find out he did something to you. He
Yeah.
stole your girlfriend in
He
high
didn't
school.
shake your
No,
hand.
he
Yeah.
did. No, he and I know
He
him
had
a
a
little
suite
bit.
and didn't invite you.
No, I'm
that
telling
was
you,
good.
all my experiences with Pete have been good. And my buddy works at Fox News, and he gives me the dirt on everybody that's there, and nothing bad about Pete. The only thing he said about Pete is a little bit of a frat bro, but I don't mind that, you know. But there's a lot of people there that are bad people, and he's not one of them. So I feel good about that. I'm just saying, I'm just surprised by this, and I can't believe that nobody else is. I'm the only one.
When Trump's in office, nothing surprises me at all.
Yeah, but this one was high enough, and Trump has a relationship with what's his name, the guy that's on at night, the little guy that always talking about how he knows karate. The Fox News guy, the most famous guy that they have.
Hannity.
Him and Hannity are buddies, right? We know that him and Hannity text back and forth all the time. They talk to each other. We know that he goes on other shows on Fox a lot, and he never had that relationship with Pete Hegseth. It wasn't like the Trump and Hegseth were on TV together all the time. So they came out of nowhere. I don't dislike him, and I don't hope that he doesn't get confirmed.
Right.
I'm just surprised by this, and I'm a little bit like, oh, this is interesting.
I'm more surprised that Trump didn't make Kid Rock Secretary of Defense.
Like,
that surprises me more.
Trump saw him with a shotgun and thought he was good the way he blew up those Bud Light cans and was like, that could be my
he's like,
guy.
Bob, tell him what we're going to do. And Kid Rock's like, we're going to ball with the Bob.
Yeah.
It's going to be great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When he said, don't F with Trump was
Right.
like, that's my
Yeah.
guy.
Yeah.
That's my guy. Oh, man. Can you imagine what other countries, they may be scared as hell if we send Kid Rock over there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And he just started yelling at everybody at the top of his lungs with the
Right.
shotgun. That
Shows up with the hat and the mink coat and the red
Yeah.
pants.
and the midget.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Blow their mind. They have a female drummer.
Uh-huh.
This is crazy.
I saw Lenny Kravitz on TV last night and interviewed him. My wife, for some reason, we have this this carryover between the news and Jeopardy, you know, or Wheel of Fortune and Jeopardy. That's some sort of show like Extra. That's the one that drives me, or like the one with Mario Lopez that I always complain about.
Right.
There's that, or there's Billy Bush's show, whatever. Yesterday it was a little bit interesting because of the LA fires, so I watched a little bit of it. But they had this little segment on Lenny Kravitz. I don't understand. Lenny Kravitz is 60 years old, and he's got the body of a 25-year-old.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
He is, and he's like, I just eat clean, and I don't really, you know, I work out. He goes, I'm just constantly moving. That's the thing. I went,
Always
my
moving.
God, yeah.
It's important.
And they say with the speed that you move at, like if you move quickly, that also helps.
Yeah.
Oh, I move quick.
Yeah.
I take long strides.
Yeah.
You got
Well,
long
I have
legs.
to wait. My wife makes fun of me all the time. She goes, "We're going to the same place." And I go, "I know, but like, it doesn't matter if there's a group or whatever." I'm like, 20 yards ahead, and then I have just wait. And I'm like, "Yeah, I guess it doesn't really make
You're
sense."
like a
but
gazelle.
I can't help it.
I'm the opposite. I don't move fast, and I don't care. So I'm like, I'll catch up. Good.
Yeah.
But I never. When we went hiking that one time, I was like, as long as I could see them, I'll be okay.
Still to this day, one of the funniest things ever in the world was Ralphie May, who was performing at the casino, and he was late, and we had to go to his room and get him.
Yeah.
And we went all the way to the room, and he was like, "All right, I'm coming." And then just slowly meandered. And I go,
Gary Cannon on stage stretching his 17-minute joke.
talking about Coles again.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I go, I can't walk this slow. And I just went out there, and they're like, "Where's Ralphie?" And I go, "He's like 15 minutes behind me. He'll be here."
15 minutes.
Ralphie is the reason people need golf carts.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. It was, it was wild.
Yeah. Why didn't I go on that trip?
You did not go on that trip because
My
something
wife was sick.
with Amanda. Yeah,
Yeah.
I believe so. Yeah.
That sucked. That seemed like a good one.
It was fun. It was a good time for sure.
I almost said we're due for a trip, but we got a trip coming up.
Yeah.
We got the cruise coming
We
up.
got the cruise coming up. We got the Super Bowl coming up. We got a bunch of different things. Nobody want to go to the Super Bowl?
Yeah,
now?
I was going to say, I don't even
I-
want to go to the Super Bowl
Is
anymore.
that canceled now?
No.
I vote yes.
Oh, really?
I'm so bummed about the Bucks losing still.
Here's the deal. Here's the deal about Super Bowl. I'm excited to go there for Radio Row. I'm more upset that we're gonna go and Radio Row is gonna stink. That's gonna be the problem.
So
Do
then
you
why
think?
go?
No, I don't know. I don't know.
I think it's gonna be good. I think a lot of.
But you're forgetting that the last time we did Radio Row, we were on in the afternoons,
Mhm.
and I don't know what they
See-
do in the morning.
Yeah.
See, I think the problem is with COVID. COVID changed a few things, right? It didn't change everything, but it changed a few things. One, we all know like most jobs you can work from home. 2, Walmart no longer 24 hours. 3, everything can be a Zoom call or an email. Not like they don't need to be there.
Yeah.
So I think that's why Radio Row is going to suck, because a lot of the people that would be there usually, they know they don't have to be there because they can just.
You're saying because Tom Brady could hologram into Fox Sports on Sunday that most people won't even bother to go out there anymore?
Right.
I think a couple things. One, I think the LA fires, everyone's going to be like, we still
Get
don't
outta
have
here.
houses,
Yeah.
so we're going to go down to New Orleans and party, whatever. But also, could we do the show in the afternoon and play it in the morning?
Yeah. I mean, we can, but I think that takes away from the show. It's not. I don't know. I think that what's going to happen is this is where it gets even worse. We're going to go there and do the morning show and stay there through the afternoons, collect interviews and stuff, and then replay them the next day in the morning. You know what I'm saying? So now we're doing double duty. And then Joe was saying yesterday, we leave here Tuesday after the show, and then we have to go straight there and then set up to be on the air the next day.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be, I mean, we're setting up at 10
And we're
o'clock at
losing an
night,
hour.
and we're losing an hour, and we got to get there at, what is 5 o'clock their time to be 6 o'clock this time?
Who is setting that up?
That's the other thing. We were trying to figure all this out yesterday after the show.
Yeah,
So-
because I don't know how to hook any of that stuff up. I mean, I'm there. I'm helping. I'll
no, we have to figure out
plug
how
in
to set it up.
microphones and do stuff.
This is a
But then-
Joe, Mike Olivero meeting.
Yeah, I said the other day when Joe was talking about it, I said, "Don't worry, we'll get there. We'll slow down. You jump out,
Yeah.
and then we'll go to the hotel."
Yeah, we're gonna have to go straight to the venue, and also everybody's gonna have to go there because you have to pick up your credential in person.
Oh,
Because we're gonna be getting there at like 4 o'clock in the morning to be on the air at 6 here.
So we're going to have to go straight there.
Yes.
Whose idea was this?
Yeah.
I
I feel like Pete Hegseth put this all together.
Because if
I'll run the board for you guys.
every day we'll be starting the show at 5 a.m. New Orleans time
No.
for 6 a.m.
Yeah.
here,
No,
which means
Stop.
we have to be getting there at like, I don't know, 4 a.m., which
This
means
is-
you got to be getting up at 3.
This is a terrible idea.
Yeah, I said you wouldn't want to go.
Okay, you're right. You may know. You actually may know me. I'm out.
And then the best is, you're like, well, it's a long day, but then we're going to go out and party in New Orleans.
Nope.
Are we? We got to get up
No.
at 3 o'clock in the morning the
That's
next
the
day.
thing, yeah.
come on.
It's the worst idea ever.
Yeah.
Are we really doing this?
We're doing it.
No, we're getting,
We already
this
paid.
is getting canceled.
We already got our hotel or our house, whatever we got over there.
Yeah.
You can get your refund.
You don't have to go.
So you don't want me to go.
I do want you to go. I'm saying if you think it'd be easier here, you can run the board here. It's up to you.
Well, obviously it'd be easier here, but I mean, you just went through a whole list of why it's going to be terrible.
Yeah.
It's going to be work. It's not going to be a fun trip in New Orleans. It's going to be work. We're going to have one night where we can go out, and that's going to be Friday night, and we're probably going to want to just go home.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't think.
afterwards.
Yeah, I never thought this was gonna be Mardi Gras. I obviously know this is gonna be
Carmen,
work.
it
but
is
the
better
hour-
than Mardi Gras. It is Super Bowl in New Orleans is one of the most exciting
Yeah.
times. I mean, you just
Is
go down.
it?
It is great. I've been there for it. It is awesome when you can go down there and party.
Oh yeah, listen. Like again, I knew this wasn't a party trip. That whole hour that I didn't know about that. That
Yeah.
threw me off. That
Yeah.
was really what set me back.
Yeah. It's 5 a.m. there is 6 a.m. here.
Yeah, that's wild.
Are we sure about
I can
that?
tell you right now, waking up at 5 a.m., Carmen will not be gun ho.
No.
I get. I can't be the only one that thought that.
I'm sure you're not.
Thought what?
There was
That it was gun
ho. and that
ho.
gun
Oh,
ho.
yeah,
Gun.
These other idiots.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've been stressing a lot about this New Orleans trip.
I'm stressing about the setup and the operation.
That's
Yeah.
what I'm stressing about.
Because when it was here, we had engineers there.
Yeah, I'm stressed about the time as to when we're getting there, and setting up and make sure everything's ready to run.
I'm sure everybody's been very helpful at the radio station, though.
I sent an email that had like 8 people on it,
Right.
and I got a trickling of answers.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I'm on it.
Okay, all right. I feel confident, somewhat. Joe, how are you feeling about the video
I'm
aspect
feeling great.
of it?
Great,
Great,
Michael,
you said.
Great. Oh, yeah. I'm going to talk to Corey Cardinal. He told me he has lights and cameras, but no switching solution. But I'm sure we'll figure
Well,
that
I'll just
out.
buy the switcher if that's the case.
Okay.
Yeah, Dick showed me one of the switchers we can get, and I'll just buy that one.
Perfect.
Okay.
Then I feel even more confident.
I'll buy that now.
Even more confident.
Good.
Yeah.
Wow.
I love your
Yep.
confidence.
Yeah.
We have to leave here right away on Tuesday.
Yes, we
and
do.
Hall has to get there. 'Cause I'm not sure. They haven't given me the details of Radio Row yet, so I don't know how late or early they're open. Like how that media room is open.
But I mean, if we're setting up for work.
Yeah, it opens early, but I don't remember how early. Well, like when we did it, it was like middle of COVID, and we got there like 5 a.m. every day.
Yeah. And no
And
one
we're all-
showed up.
And there was nobody there, but that was way different.
And we're driving together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys know this. I'm not in the room when you guys have these discussions off
No,
air.
we talked about it on the air that Tom is driving us.
Yeah.
Again, that was one time on air. I didn't know that was like official.
Oh, yeah. You think I'm driving?
I know you weren't driving, but
I'll be asleep before we leave my driveway.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we're all driving in the Sprinter together.
Yes.
Okay.
2 in the back, 4 in the seats, and then Tom driving.
Okay.
It's us, Olivero, and you.
So I'm not part of us.
No.
Wow. Okay. That's cool.
Wow.
I meant us in this room, Olivero and you.
No, I get it. I got it.
It's our team, you and the rest.
Yep.
It's the people that I love, you and Mike Olivero.
I get it.
It's going to be great.
Who is running the board? Do we know? Because Disney's not available anymore.
I don't know yet.
Maybe
yeah.
Johnny? Can Johnny run the board?
Yeah.
Well,
Johnny
you
can't.
can run the
I
board
mean,
for him.
I think he's only worked here 15 years, so maybe not.
Yeah.
I didn't hear.
Doesn't have enough experience.
No.
He'll never be Secretary General
No,
or anything.
no.
All right. Let's take a break. Did Johnny's breath come up on the after show yesterday? I didn't get a chance to
It
listen.
did.
It did it really?
Yeah.
How bad was it?
I heard about it. He was saying he wished you would just kind of, maybe tap on the shoulder, pull him aside, like, hey, man, give him a heads up.
I tried every time I got close to him. It's like when you open an oven and the heat hits you. I'm like, oh,
yeah. He said he was eating a lot of brisket and garlic and a lot of, a lot of stuff.
It was just that day.
I got to tell you,
Listen,
it was pre-brisket.
This,
Pre-brisket breath.
this is what he said on the air.
Wow.
Yeah.
Interesting.
It was brisket. It was as if he'd eaten the brisket, thrown it up, eat the throw up, and then talk to me.
Maybe
Yeah.
he's part fly. He's got to throw up
all
on the food and then eat it.
Yeah, maybe if that's the case. Certainly showed in his breath. Ugh. All right, let's take a break. Get the show moving this morning. I'm excited now. Let's be honest. I'm excited about it.
About what?
Now
About
you're
going to the
excited.
Super Bowl. What? What did I do? I hit the thing. All right, Alexa, stop it. Shh. There's no slowing her down when she
No.
starts. All right, there you go. We'll take a quick break. We got Sporcle when we come back. Carmen will tell you what we have to give away. It's the Mike Calta Show. It's Tuesday. This is what we got. It's 102.5 The Bone. Anyway, we have stuff to give away this morning. Carmen, what is that stuff?
Hello. Sorry. I did not have my mic on. You did not see that. We have tickets for Monster Jam, Supercross, Alice Cooper, Leonard Skinner, Reggae Rise Up, and Toto and Christopher Cross.
You doing all right today?
No.
You don't seem very gung-ho.
No, I'm not. I'm struggling.
What's wrong? What's going on?
I drank a couple glasses of wine last night.
Oh.
And
33 can't hold it as good as he used to, huh?
Yeah.
Listen, well, I didn't drink for 4 months, and then I drank over the holidays, and then I haven't drank since the 1st.
Yeah.
I was gonna take the month off, and I was finally let go from my temp job, my other job.
Oh.
It's just it happens, you know what I mean? So we did a little bit of celebrating, and I had a couple glasses of wine, and I am struggling.
You're out of practice, Carmen.
No, I'm just not drinking on weeknights anymore.
Yeah.
Like
Good idea.
a couple glasses was all it took for me to be like, I'm like on the brink of like throwing up at any minute.
What a lightweight.
Yeah,
Wow.
I know, and that's what it's like. I'm like, ew, I don't like it.
I have to tell you, I'm not drinking either, and since I got smashed at the pub crawl, and I got bruises to prove it. I'm not drinking, and then it was something else I was going to tell you about drinking, and I can't remember what I was going to say. I'm suffering from your drinking.
Yeah, listen, I'm a little out of sorts. I'm making it work though. I'm here. I'm doing it.
Yeah,
but I'm telling you, that was one of those life lessons.
How much did you drink?
Me and Chad split a bottle of wine. He had a glass and I had the rest. So.
That's how you split it.
We're back, baby.
I had three glasses technically.
Yeah, Carmen. Like I went over to my neighbor's house during the break.
Yeah,
and I had one glass of wine, and I was like, "My what?"
Your single neighbor.
No, stop saying
no.
That. Oh. And I went over there, and I was after that one glass of wine, I was like, "Zooted, man."
Yeah.
You know, when you're weak, it'll hit
yeah.
you.
And I was just sitting there, and I had my feet and my foot massage that Ian Beckles got me for Christmas. So I did it like 3 times in a row. Uh-huh. So I'm just sitting there getting a foot massage, drinking some wine. I'm like, ooh, this is nice.
Why'd the other job let you go?
Because it was a temp job, and hurricanes are over and claims are done.
Yeah.
Everyone's roofs are fixed.
Carmen, I know somebody who works in like the insurance claims thing, whatever, but does like the office stuff.
That's what I do. Yeah.
Oh, that's what you do.
Yeah, I'm in the office. I don't get on roofs.
Oh, okay. So you don't do what Chad does. Chad does a different thing.
Correct. But I have the same license.
Because she was saying that she was trying to get her boyfriend to get the license so that he could do it because she can't get the money for that, but that's where all the money is. And
you talked to her at the pub crawl?
Yeah, she said she talked to you. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. I talked to her, bro. I am such an insurance nerd now. Like when she came up to me and started talking to me about it, my insides got hot. I was so excited about it, and I enjoy it. I do enjoy it, but again, it's seasonal, and so because the storms happened months ago, and everyone.
So you secretly pray for hurricanes?
100%.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
You head out to California.
Yeah.
So I technically, with my license, I could work those claims. So I am thinking about trying to get on a roster.
Oh,
it's good. Listen, it's good money.
Right.
So it's one of those, can't deny it.
All right. Don't deny it, Carmen.
Don't deny it. And don't drink wine on work nights.
Yeah.
Those are my life lessons.
Someone
for
else learned
everybody.
that the hard way.
Yeah. All of a sudden, Carmen can't find her shoes.
Yeah. Tread lightly, Carmen.
Yeah, listen, I'm learning from my life lessons.
Who made worse decisions, Spanish or Will?
Oof.
It's pretty close.
Yeah.
It's pretty close.
I see. I would say Will.
Will, I guess, has still been talking smack about the lineup and stuff on his podcast. Somebody brought that up to me.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think that's
that's
so
unfortunate.
Dumb. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Will, we liked you. We liked you.
So is he no longer on the station?
I don't know, but
he technically does the checkup show.
But I don't know.
I
if
don't think that's on anymore.
Yeah.
I heard it over break. I think, like John said, it comes and goes. It's not like all the time, but like someone will buy a spot for like a month or 2 months.
Whatever.
So it comes and goes. It's not.
I mean, nobody listens anyway. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
All right. Let's give some stuff away right now with a little bit of Sporcle. Here we go. Carmen is the drunken keeper of the Sporcle.
Yeah.
Pap is your Pap, the sober one,
Yep.
your scorekeeper.
That's right.
Carmen, what are we playing today?
I am sober, just hungover.
I don't know.
Okay, so today we're going to be playing J names by 3 surnames. I'm going to give you 3 last names. You're going to give me the J name that they all share.
Got
okay?
it.
First one, Black,
Jack.
Nicholson, Mike, Gyllenhaal,
Jake.
Galvin, Corden, Franco,
James.
Galvin, Fonda,
James.
Lynch, Mike, Jackson, Lee,
Michael.
James,
Oh, yeah.
Galvin, Leto,
Jared.
Goff, Gio, Derulo,
Jason.
Mike, Goldblum,
Jeff.
Gio. Elfman.
Jenna.
Mike. Lopez.
Jennifer. Ooh.
Gio. And Pap.
Fast, Gio. Fast.
We're halfway there.
Gio and Galvin both have 3 points, and Michael is your leader, but by 1. He's winning with 4 right now.
All right, we are doing J names by 3 surnames. No. Picking it up. Let's go. J names. Lynn Irons.
Jeremy.
Mike. Elba.
Jessica.
Simpson. Mike. Rivers. Jet.
Joaquin.
Crawford.
Joan.
Mike.
Joaquin Crawford.
Jonas.
Joe.
Biden. Gio. Madden.
John.
Oh, I didn't answer.
McHale.
Joel.
Oh.
Galvin. Hutcherson. Demel. Gad.
Josh.
Galvin. And Pap. We're on the last 3.
All right. Gio on the board with 4. Galvin has 5, and Michael is your leader. He's winning by 2 with 7.
All right. J names by 3 surnames. Last 3. Here we go. Garland.
Jennifer.
Bloom. What'd you say?
Jeff.
Jennifer.
Judy. No point. Child.
Julia.
Roberts. What?
I got it. Julia.
Galvin. And your last one. Timberlake.
Justin.
Galvin ties it up.
That's right.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
Am I out?
Yeah.
Yes.
We're out.
The tiebreaker. Cena.
John.
Stamos. Galvin.
First one of the year.
Yeah.
Really?
I
Yeah.
needed it. I needed it.
Your final score, Gio with 4 points on the board, Michael with 7, and Galvin is your triumphant champion today for the first time this year.
Woo.
He won with 8.
Kachaya! Woo, 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 woo! Trademark 2025.
Very interesting. Very interesting. Good job, Galvin.
I was getting ready with my knock-knock jokes.
What line are you playing for?
I'm going to play for line 4, please.
Good morning. Who is this?
Good morning, this is Sherry.
Hi,
the
Sherry.
lady.
You are the winner today because Galvin beat us out at the end there. So I'm going to put you on hold and you'll have your choice of tickets. Woo to you. Hold
right,
on,
great.
Pumpkin.
Thank you.
Thank you. There you go. They said women would never listen to this.
Yeah. Well.
You know what I was surprised by I know Hispanics. I am El Gordo Rey, the fat king of radio in Tampa. But the thing that still surprises me is the amount of black people that listen to the show. Not only that listen, but love it.
So, what's so funny is we had talked about on Friday, we were talking about pizza, and I brought up Anthony's Coal Fire Pizza. And, of course, Friday night I had to go. I wound up going and getting it. It was fantastic. But my wife and I are walking through the parking lot, and there's a car here, and this car stops, and there's a UPS guy trying to get through. And he's like going, and this car's like not moving or doing anything. And, the door's open on the UPS thing. And I go, they're not helping you at all, are they? And he goes, nope. And he goes, Galvin, I love the show, man. I was like, all right.
Yeah, I love it, man. And not because, the show is not made for all people, but they just told us in the beginning about who would like us and who wouldn't like us.
Right, yeah. We were
Black
very...
people won't like you, ladies won't like you,
Yeah.
and now everywhere we go, we're like,
Old people won't like
Old
you. Young
people love
people
us.
won't like you. Yeah.
When I go to the casino, that's when I find out all the old people love me.
Yeah, or Publix.
Or Publix, yeah. Both exciting
Can
places
you
for
help
old
me
people.
get that off the show? Oh, I love your show.
Yeah. What do we have coming up in news, Calvin?
Coming up in news today, what did he do to you? Get ready for that one song. And where does Gio go?
No, jeez.
Ooh, I
The
wonder.
burger place.
I wonder.
Yeah.
All right, Galvin as your news. We'll take a quick break and we'll do that next. It's the Mike Calta Show. This is 1025 The Bone.
Do we know? I know we had kind of kicked around the idea whenever we made the announcement the day before. Metallica, are we going to do something there? Is that a possibility?
I don't know. I came up with a couple ideas. Camp Calta or Camp when I have
Celtica?
Camp Calta. I don't know. I had something with Metallica too, but anyway, of camping there for the weekend, I think would be cool. That's the kind of camping I want to too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, right outside the stadium, with some food vendors.
That would be cool.
Really roughing it. Something. I'm sure we'll come up with something over there. Get 2 days of Metallica.
Metallica does, and I don't know whether they'll do it here, whether they do some sort of setup thing, whatever. But when I went down to Welcome to Rockville, they had Metallica whole section.
Oh yeah, they're doing that.
Where they had the blackened whiskey, but then they had blackened burgers.
Yep.
Where you could buy, and it came in a box, and it had the burger and fries, and it had like some Metallica guitar picks in there and different stuff, whatever. But the burger's made with the blackened whiskey and stuff. It was a good burger too.
They have the Metallica burger thing. They have the Metallica museum that they bring on the road. It's gonna be a big deal.
It's wild to think back whenever I was a kid in the early 80s listening to Metallica, the fact that they've become as big as they are and that they've lasted this long at number one for metal. You know what I mean? Like they're the biggest metal band of all time. It's just crazy to think about.
Let's be honest. Because they broke through with the Black Album where they commercialized and made it to open to mainstream people. I love it. I think it's one of the greatest rock albums, and some of those songs on there. And then they were like, this is the key to success. And they enjoyed success much more than they enjoyed being an obscure metal band.
Yeah, it's funny, but like before that they had, remember, they never made a video, and then they had one, and that was a huge thing. Unbelievable, they're doing a video and stuff. Yeah, that broke through. The Black Album was definitely their biggest commercial success, but they also didn't go, hey, let's try and do another Black Album.
Yeah, they did. They did Load and Reload.
Yeah, but that wasn't.
Oh, it was the same exact kind of music they did. I mean, I'm not saying it's bad. I love it.
Load and Reload, I didn't think it was. I thought the Black Album was much better.
That's when everybody was giving them a hard time because
they cut their hair.
Yeah, and they were on the back of the album looking all weird.
They had Load, and it was done the same way that the Black Album was done. It was done with commercially acceptable, radio friendly metal music, which I sound like I'm trying to knock it. I don't. I loved all three of those albums, and then the Reload was just stuff that was left over from the last one.
When they have that Some Kind of Monster where they're recording the album, doing the stuff, and then they're talking about not doing a guitar solo because nobody's doing guitar solos. But Kirk Hammett gets so. Come on, guys! Come on! That's my whole thing. Give me my wah-wah pedal.
And that's the other thing is that they all, except for Lars, are really likable guys. Even Lars, because he's little, it's acceptable for him to be such a tyrant.
Yeah.
But they all seem like James Hetfield seems like the uncle you all wish you had.
I'm so happy for Robert Trujillo getting in that band.
Yes.
Because he's an unbelievable bass player and played with Ozzy and played with a bunch of different bands, Suicidal and stuff. But for him to have that success and get in there and them giving, they're like, we want to be serious. We're going to give you $1 million and we're splitting it 4 ways. Metallica easily could have hired him as a hired hand.
Yeah,
You're going to get this salary, per year, whatever. But no, we're going to split it 4 ways. You're part of the band. I thought that was really cool.
The one time I met Metallica, they were all super cool.
Yeah.
Except Jason Newsted. Every experience I've had with Jason Newsted, he was always a dick.
Newsted was gone by the time I met him when Trujillo was there.
So when I met him, Newsted, they came out and they go, Metallica's going to come out. And they're going to come over to each one of you individually. He could do everything, and Jason was the only one who you couldn't take pictures with Jason because the flash bothered his eyes.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Like, really? James Hetfield was cool. You're taking pictures, but Jason Newsted can't handle a flash.
Yeah. When I met him, it was with a radio event, and we had a bunch of winners, and they went to every single person and talked to them for a couple minutes each time. And I remember talking to Kirk Hammett. I'm like, man, this is really cool. You guys spend this much time. He goes, yeah, dude. He goes, we love doing this because we realize, like, for some people, meeting Metallica is such a huge thing for them.
Oh, yeah.
That we don't want to do anything that might mess that up because it's such a big deal for some people.
That's the story of their life.
Yeah.
That's something that they dine out for the rest of their life. I met Metallica and James said this and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, it's like, huge for them.
This is a big deal, man. We don't want to do anything that's going to mess it up. And I was like, that's pretty cool for a band of this magnitude.
That's how Joe feels whenever he goes out in public.
He never lets people down.
Oh, no.
Never. No. All right, ladies and gentlemen, time to check in with Galvin. He has today's news.
And now, news with Galvin on the Mike Calta Show.
What do we have in news today, Galvin?
Today's top story, Pete Hegseth, who picked this guy, President-elect Donald Trump picked to lead the Pentagon, will face a Senate panel today, I believe it starts at 9:30, for his confirmation hearing as he is expected to be questioned over allegations ranging from sexual assault to excessive drinking in the workplace.
Galvin is laughing because we opened the show. As we were starting the show this morning, I saw a video on the news of Pete Hegseth, and I just started talking about it and how I am just still blown away that he is the nominee for the defense secretary. Not that I don't think he'll be okay. It's just a weird to have such a young, unexperienced guy in there, even though he has some experience. Seems odd to me. He may do a great job, and I'm not against it. It's just a little bit. It takes me back a little.
Hegseth has denied all accusations and made several trips to the Capitol Hill to shore up support since he was announced as Trump's pick in November.
What do you do if you get nominated? Okay, Galvin, I've known you now for 18 years.
Yeah.
Never once had any problems. All of a sudden, you get nominated for something, and some woman says, when Galvin worked in Panama City, or I'm sorry, in up in the Panhandle, he tried to sexually assault me. I mean, we don't even know you may not even know who that woman is.
Right.
You can't stop anybody from saying that stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. Was there a record with this Hegseth stuff when it happened? Is there a police report? Like, why now is this so interesting?
Well, and that's the thing that we talk about a lot of times is, whenever somebody's getting accusations and then this person, it was 23 years ago, and you're like, well, why didn't you? I mean, I get it if you're a victim and you don't necessarily want to talk about it.
And all of a sudden now, because he's got a new job, you want to yip up?
That
Matt Gaetz, I believe, did some stuff.
That or, power in numbers where if somebody else comes out, then they have the courage to come out. So who knows? Who knows what the deal is? So it's unclear whether the veteran and former Fox News host has managed to convince the Senate Armed Services Committee so that his nomination can be referred to the full chamber for a vote.
Think about this. Think about the Senate Arms Committee.
Mm-hmm.
How many people in there have been in the military for 40 years and are old fat generals, and they get smoking cigars, and they're talking about how many people they killed and how many babies' heads they split open in the first Iraq war, and they're all proud of it. And in walks this dapper Pete Hegseth with his coiffed hair and his tan, and he's like, "Hey guys."
I mean, it says he was a combat veteran, so he was,
Yeah. But I'm just saying, these guys are, you just look at the old military guys looking down at the young guys, let alone this guy.
But that happens in everything. Obviously, it's not a documentary; it's a movie. But that conclave where they're picking a new pope, they literally are like, "Oh, this guy, blah blah blah."
Right.
And it's like you're all running for trying to be the pope, and you're still talking about other people.
It says here that the 2017 sexual assault allegation, a female staffer for a Republican women's group said Hegseth took her phone and blocked her from leaving his hotel room before he forced himself on her after a political convention in Monterey, California. She reported the incident to police, and Hegseth settled for an undisclosed sum of money.
That's a little different.
Yeah, so that's the sexual assault that they're trying to.
That's a little different. Although I have definitely learned in my years of dealing with the court system that it is a lot cheaper to settle and a lot quicker to make something go away when you settle than is if you fight it out.
That Trevor Bauer, that Major League Baseball pitcher who had the girl come over, he had sex with her, this and that. Then the next morning, she's taking pictures of herself with him in bed. He's got a sleep mask on. She's taking pictures and texting it to her friend, and her friend's like, "Get that bag," and all this and that. Then she comes out and says that he punched her in the face and did all this stuff. No marks on her face, nothing. Yeah. Winds up losing his job with the Dodgers or whoever it was. Now he's playing over in Japan, this and that. All the stuff comes out where she made it all up and tried to get money.
Yeah, I mean it's tough because you have to you want to fight these allegations, and then they're like, all right, well, the lawyer said it's something you need a $50,000 retainer, and it's going to take about 4 years. Yeah. Oh my God, are you kidding me? Or you can give her $8,000 now, and it just goes away. And you're like, give her the $8,000. That's how it works.
And that Trevor Bauer, imagine how much millions and millions of dollars he missed out on because of his major league career.
You made me think of something else. I was thinking when you said sleep mask, how fortunate I am to be married now. Carmen, can you imagine we go out and I meet you at a bar and I take you home and we make sweet love, and then I roll over and put my kamikaze sleep mask on?
But see, the difference is because I'm in my 30s. I expect that.
Now. Yeah. Right.
Like if you meet a 20-year-old, that's a little different. They're going to be like, what the hell, Dad?
Yeah. Oh, come on now. Well, see, different is that like my daughter only knows me as sleeping with the sleep mask. So like that generation, that's going to be very common to them.
That's what she's going to look for in a mate.
Yeah. Then 22-year-old girl goes home with the guy, and then she's like, oh, my dad has one of those. Los Angeles Rams dominated the Minnesota Vikings 27-9. Is it crazy, or did I say that was going to happen?
Oh.
Monday to close out the wild card round of the NFL playoffs. The game was played at the neutral site in Glendale, Arizona because of the wildfires in Los Angeles. The Rams pass rush was the big story of the night as it piled up 9 sacks, tying an NFL playoff record. The game was more or less over by halftime as Los Angeles took the 24-3 lead into the break, ultimately winning the game 27-9. The Rams will now play the Eagles as the playoff field narrows down to 8 teams.
Rams will beat the Eagles.
I think the Rams beat the Eagles.
Rams beat the Eagles aren't that good.
It's crazy because the Rams started off horrible and were looking to sell off Cooper Kupp and they were trading everybody, and then they got it together and now they're making a run.
But it's the thing about the Rams, though, it all depends on what Matt Stafford shows up.
Yeah.
If it's the passing going crazy Matt Stafford, or if he's like standing back there. Darnold just showed himself. Like, that's terrible for that to be his last game.
Yeah.
Because this market value, people are like,
Plus he lost when they played the Lions a week or two ago. They played like ass there too.
Yeah.
So I think he's been elevated because you throw into Jefferson, who's like one of the best in the entire league.
Throw it near him.
Yeah.
And they'll grab it.
As soon as that falls apart, the next thing you know, you're not that great.
Sticking with football, legendary Buccaneer radio play-by-play man Gene Deckerhoff will return for the 2025 season.
My man.
The 50th on the football field for the Tampa Bay franchise. Deckerhoff, who turns 80 before opening day, say he passed his physical and has a green light to continue.
Touchdown, what? Oh, I'm sorry. Penalty.
Field goal.
I love Deckerhoff. He's the best.
I mean, like he's fun to listen to.
Gio, we may have to go take care of some stuff.
All right.
Indianapolis police have arrested a 55-year-old Texas man on charges of stalking WNBA superstar Kaitlin Clark.
Son of a bitch.
I heard about this.
Michael Lewis allegedly sent threats and sexually violent messages to the Indiana Fever guard on social media. He was arrested on a level 5 felony stalking charge at an Indianapolis hotel on Sunday. He is due to appear in court today and could face up to 6 years in prison and $10,000 fine if convicted. Responding to the threats, Clark told police she feared for her safety and had altered her appearance in public. It takes a lot of courage for women to come forward in these cases, which is why many don't, said Marion County Prosecutor Ryan Mears. In doing so, the victim is setting an example for all women who deserve to live and work in Indy without a threat of sexual violence. Authorities are reportedly seeking to ban Lewis from Hinkle Fieldhouse and Gainbridge Fieldhouse, the arenas where the Fever play their home games. It says that he was stalking her on social media and he was sending her threats and sexually violent messages and stuff and everything to her.
Yeah, that's pretty awful.
And who knows whether if he's doing that, he maybe say, I'm watching you, I saw you there, or I'm going to get you or whatever. And then, she's out in public looking over her shoulder and having to wear disguises.
It's definitely, I don't get what the part of the article that you read where it said women are afraid to come forward about it. I mean, that should be the first thing they do. If you're getting threats from somebody.
You never know how people react to stuff. They don't want to talk about it. They just want it to go away.
I don't know.
They don't know whether they brought it on themselves.
As soon as I had kids and I started getting crazy, anytime I got crazy threats, I blew it up before. Once I had kids, it became a serious thing. Because then you have to worry about people coming to your house and all that stuff. And that's when it becomes a big deal. So, I think that's the first thing you need to do is come forward and say something and get the proper protection that you need, and also get something on record. In case this guy does show up a second time, you already got to report the first time. What were you gonna say, Carmen?
I would say, but the difference is you are a man, and this is a fact that women are less likely to be believed in certain situations. So if you come forward because you're a man, you're more likely to be believed that it's actually happening to you.
Well, I mean, I would just bring proof forward. I would say, look, this is what this guy is sending me. I mean, that's where it's
hard. But
also,
do you know how many times? And I know this from watching, Law and Order and stuff and everything. But obviously, ripped from the headlines. That women will come forward and sit and they go, yeah, but there's nothing we can do about it. Like
you're overreacting.
They had to change the laws for stalking to make sure that they could catch these guys and do stuff, because before they go, technically they haven't done anything.
Right.
I look at the mugshot. This guy looks like
he looks
creepy stalker.
Yeah, he's a creeper.
And they said 5 years is the max. No,
sweet CC.
Give him 25 years minimum.
The other thing that sucks for her is that this is one of those things that come with being famous.
Sure, yeah.
You know what I mean? Is that you have to deal with this kind of stuff.
And like I said, I don't think that sweet Cece has a victim mentality, but she may go, did I bring this on myself? Am I too? It says face up to 6 years in prison, $10,000.
Not enough.
And she already gets a lot of backlash from the other players.
Right. Yeah.
Like how many other WNBA players have stalkers?
Sure, yeah. By the way, he should get 22 years.
Oh, 100%.
22 for
I like
her.
that.
Yeah,
I like that.
Anybody else have a stalker on this show?
No. Not that I am aware of.
No.
Not that I know of.
Who you got?
I mean, I to the point where I really can't talk about it. Still have security issues that involve corporate security and the FBI.
Jeez. Really?
Yeah, and there's just things that it's different. There's the different level of I hate you and I hope you die, and then there's sometimes what I get from one specific person or two specific people that are constantly harassing and doing it. Yeah, it's amazing.
Do you know them?
No.
You've never met them?
No, not to my knowledge. Yeah, there was Carmen. I talked about this pretty recently. That woman who hit me up on Facebook and told me that the walls were telling her to kill her kids.
Right.
That kind of stuff happens
That's crazy.
a lot. Yeah, and that really bothers me because I feel the pressure of that,
Sure.
I mean, I don't know where I fit into all this. I got this other crazy woman that emails me every day. Every day. Nothing about me and nothing threatening, but is definitely insane and emails me every single day.
Is it the Tesla lady?
If I wanted to say who it was, I would have said who it was.
What a dope.
Yeah.
What a
dope. Can we dump it?
An airport security expert listed some of the weird things that can get you flagged by the TSA. They include being dressed wrong for the weather. You know what I mean? So
sure, you got a big overcoat on.
Right, yeah, and you're going to the Bahamas, and you're like, well, what's happening here?
Yeah.
Yawning a lot, trying to look casual. Just hanging out. Just got $800,000 taped to my body.
It's noon.
Not making eye contact. So if the TSA looks at you and you kind of look away real quick and, try not to look.
Yeah, but then how do you know the difference between that and the person who's overly confident? And you're like, wait a second.
Yeah. Well,
hey, how are you doing today? How's you doing?
You can't tell me you couldn't fool Mo. You know what I mean?
I say I get to the TSA and Mo's there. I'm not making eye contact.
Yeah. Being extra chatty. So there's the confidence thing, whatever, trying to overdo it too much. Well, a lot of people won't look at it. I'll talk to them.
Right.
I'll be like, hey, what's going on? Using too much cologne.
To mask the odor?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that you're masking the smell of drugs and stuff. By the way, the dogs can still smell the drugs.
Yeah.
Does your son wear cologne?
Not really. Every once in a while, maybe, but not really.
My son smells like a Puerto Rican hooker. I tell him, I go, just one. He goes, I'm only doing one. I go, why does it smell so strong? Too much.
Yeah, you can't go more than one.
Is he maybe doing it and then, he wears a shirt out, whatever, and then puts it back and then wears it again and it already has cologne on it and then he doubles up maybe?
Or maybe he just is wearing a different smelling stuff. Like I'm a very subtle kind of cologne guy.
Can I tell you, and this sounds weird because it's like his mommy picked out his clothes, whatever, but my son is, not super fashionable.
Yeah.
And so my wife is very fashionable. And she picked out some stuff for him. he looks so cool now that I tell him all the time. I go, that looks cool. The shoes and the thing and he's got like a chain thing. And I'm like, that looks great. Good.
Maybe you should try some cologne.
Yeah. Oh, he does cologne. Well, every once in a while.
That's how my son is too.
Did you see Joey's hair?
Yeah.
He had his hair growing out. It was long and it was like, but high long. And now he's got it braided. And I like the braid so much. You can see his face. He looks like an adult now.
But also, if I didn't know Joey and he walked in somewhere, I would go, "Does that guy play for the Bucks?" Like, so, you know what I mean?
He's got a little swag
something's
about
going
him.
on. Yeah. Florida. Have you? We talked about this before. I think. Has anybody ever had a Vanity license plate?
No, I tried to get one. I tried to get one on my last car. I tried to get one for the Sprinter.
Yeah.
That said, I tried to get one that said like CLT. SHOW or SHW, like Calta Show kind of thing, and they were all taken. Like every variation that I wanted was taken, so I just forgot about it.
Well, Florida has released a list of vanity plates they rejected last year. Some of the different ones. I don't know.
You know what's so funny is I was at the DMV one time, and this was when I was way young. And I think when I was driving my Trans Am, I said to the lady, I was like, I'm thinking about getting it. She there was a list of things that were like you're about to read. And I said, "Oh, it's funny because I was thinking about getting one, and I wanted it to say head one because I was cowhead, and I was going to say head one, and I figured it would probably get flagged." What are the other ones?
So I don't know why you would want this. This is a bad idea, but vanity plate, I am DUI.
Yeah,
I mean, how much are you going to get pulled over?
Yeah.
This one, probably the guy who's stalking Kaitlin Clark would want this one. FBI Fed. Can't do that. Poop butt.
Oh, right.
But the O's are zeros. P00P.
I like that.
BUT, yeah. Wiener.
Oh, you can't get wiener?
But the I is 1. Wiener. Yeah. This one, ha, WTF. So HAH WTF. Farts with a Z.
All right.
That'd be great.
These are all my passwords.
This one has another double O that's zeros. Poor AF. And then the last one they have is naked. It's spelled NEKID.
Naked.
Yeah, well,
naked.
Yeah. Also, don't put kid in part of that.
Yeah.
They said these were the only ones that were actually radio friendly.
Oh,
there was
really?
other ones that they denied that you couldn't really say on
If
there.
I'm in a stoplight and I see the light split ahead of me just says farts with a Z, that's gonna make me laugh.
I'm totally laughing. Poop butt?
Poop butt, yeah. Who just passed me? Poop butt. Yeah, I think those are funny.
Let it go. Let it go. Come on.
I
Lighten up.
know. Who's gonna? I can't believe you let this
Farts.
When I was a kid, I saw a license plate. I didn't understand. It was 6ULDV8.
6 UL DV8.
Yeah, I got it.
Sexual deviant.
Oh.
Yeah, and I didn't get. I was like, I don't understand it. I don't know what it means.
I think last time we talked about this, I said a buddy of mine wanted to get 4 Qs, so it'd just be 4Q.
That's pretty good.
4Q.
Do you? What household stuff can you do? What can you do by yourself? Like, what can you fix?
Nothing.
We've talked about this before. It's very difficult. I just had my mass airflow sensor go out, and I had to drive it over to Ray and have him
Oh, in your car.
take 30 seconds to change it out.
Yeah.
I don't know what the hell I'm doing, whatever.
I watched my wife fix the capacitor for our AC unit about a week ago.
So
Your
funny.
wife?
So
yeah,
funny.
I don't know if that's that counts. I
don't even know what that is.
Count for you.
Yeah.
Do you think, you were just talking about your son, do you think Joey can change a light bulb? Oh, no.
I don't think Joey's ever changed a light bulb, but I think he's smart enough to just figure it out by looking at the light bulb.
Yeah?
Yes.
He couldn't
Does he,
change.
does he grab it when it's hot?
Probably. Yeah.
He couldn't change the tire, right? When he got the tire
You're
went
not
flat,
allowed to
it was
on the
stuck there.
I don't think he could change a tire.
Yeah.
But he
Yeah,
had, in the Tesla, he can't change it.
Yeah.
But I don't think he could change it.
I also don't think you could change a tire.
I can and have, but I won't. I will not change a tire.
Well, according to a new survey, 1 in 5 young adults can't change a light bulb.
Because they're not because they've never seen a light bulb before, or like they're using LED lights, or what do you got?
I think it's probably because of TaskRabbit and these different things, and that people have people doing the stuff, so they don't learn from their father.
Yeah.
You know, it's kind of up to your father or your older brothers or whoever, or older
Your
sisters.
mom.
Yeah,
Your mom,
all
yeah.
right, Carmen, I knew you were going to chime in with that.
Oh.
Listen, my mom taught me how to cook. I know how to cook because of my mom.
Because
But
women should be in the kitchen.
and I know how to negotiate because of my mom.
Uh-huh.
My mom got me my first guitar, and it was the one that was in the window of the guitar store. And she goes, "Well, it's been sitting in the window. It's faded and this and that and everything." I'm like, "Well, it's not faded." And she's like, "Shut up. I'm going to get money off of this." But anyways, it says Gen Zers are spending more than $1,500 a year calling in pros to do basic jobs that they can probably do themselves.
I'm going through every 2 months that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I have Dino to do most of like that kind of stuff.
Right.
You know, there are things that I can't do.
But also, there's a few things where it's like, do you want to, spend all this time trying to do it and then have to call somebody, or just call somebody and have it done right in the
I
first
want
place?
it done right. That's the thing.
I changed out the flush valve on my toilet. I was amazed because I wound up having to take the whole tank off.
Right.
I had to disconnect the water. I had to, get it all flushed out, take it off, replace the entire thing,
Ooh.
the washer underneath,
Too
the
much.
flush valve, all that stuff. I did it,
Yeah.
and it worked. I was amazed.
I play dumb a lot so that I don't have to do stuff.
Yeah.
And especially with my wife when she's like, you know that? And I go, I don't know.
Mm.
You would call Dino for that. I don't know how to do it. And then she fixes it herself. And I go, what? Oh my God, you're an amazing woman.
Although I will tell you with YouTube, it's pretty easy to fix most stuff. Can I just please for a second talk to people that put up YouTube videos? We don't need to know what town you were born in.
Yeah.
We don't need to know what you
Get to
did.
the fixing.
Exactly. If the video is more than 1 minute and 30 seconds, I'm not watching it.
Yeah,
They
they're trying to
can't
get
get-
that views though.
Right.
Yeah,
I
Get that
know,
time
but
spent
it's
watching.
a 9.5 minute video to tell me how to screw in a thing. It's like, come on.
But it has to be a certain amount of time to be monetized.
I don't watch
Yeah.
it.
So if they're making money off of it,
Yeah.
I had a small virus on my computer that was just doing something, and I just watched the video and followed through with this little Indian guy. He told me, "Now go to here and go to here and go to here and do this and delete this." And when I fixed it, man, when I was like, "Oh my God, I'm a computer programmer."
Can I tell you the greatest thing in the world is now with TVs and the different things, whatever, that it sets it up itself. Where it's like,
Oh, yeah.
it shoots a code to your phone and you put in 4609 and then it goes and it says, and it has all your information. You're like, God,
Yep.
you're so good.
I don't even understand. Like I went to in the RV this weekend, and they had a Roku TV. And I was able to sign in there with my YouTube TV and watch my TV from. I was like, this
Wow.
is science.
Has
Remember
your
when we all
profile.
remember when my brother was the only one who had a sling box? We all used to
Yeah.
have to watch things on his sling box.
Yeah. Today is National Dress Up Your Pet Day.
Nope.
No?
Nope.
No little cowboy hat?
First
for,
of all, my dog's too big. My one dog is too big, and my other dog eats everything they put on it. The groomer puts bows in her ears all the time, and then they just eat the bows off each
Yeah.
other's ears.
My dogs
Carmen,
do not
cowboy,
like-
you going to get a cowboy hat?
he has one, but he will not wear it.
Carlos, get a poncho?
I even bought him like rain hats one time, and they just shake it off.
Yeah.
They don't like to be dressed up. Yeah, no.
Ghost will occasionally wear a tutu,
Oh,
a pink
that's
tutu.
nice.
Yeah,
Adorable.
she usually busts that out for Halloween. Everybody loves
my
it.
daughter dresses the dog up all the time.
Yeah,
He's got a raincoat.
Oh,
he,
little-
he had a,
yeah.
he had a Buccaneer football jersey on
Nice.
Sunday.
probably
Yeah,
likes
mine
it though.
won't do
Those
that.
little dogs
Yeah, he
like
don't
that
mind
because
it.
it's like a little extra
Yeah.
warmth for him and stuff.
I saw horses wearing blankets on Sunday coming up.
Oh,
from
yeah.
Ocala. That was
Gotta-
cold.
Yeah, gotta put horses blankets. Beyonce is donating $2.5 million to the wildfire relief effort, and David Spade is offering $5,000 to anyone who helps catch the arsonist.
Do we know it's an arsonist?
We don't know, no, but I think they think that's what it is.
Yeah.
Also, the Grammys are still on for February 2nd in Los Angeles.
All right.
So they figure there's enough time in between there where they'll be able to have it and do all that stuff. Carrie Underwood will perform America the Beautiful at Donald Trump's inauguration on Monday. She said, quote, "I am humbled to answer the call at the time that when we must all come together in the spirit of unity and looking to the future." Of course, people are still mad about that. There's also going to be performances from Lee Greenwood, opera
Of course
singer,
there is.
opera singer Christopher Macchio,
And
And
the Village people.
The Village people.
Is that real?
Yeah.
Oh, I was kidding.
No, yeah. Village people are going to be out there. They're going to perform at Trump's inaugural balls and a rally the day before. So he's not actually going to be at the. They're not going to be at the inauguration. Kid Rock will also be playing at the rally on Sunday.
Yeah, let's be honest. Kid Rock stinks. So Kid Rock's music stinks live too.
No.
Well,
Kid Rock's great live.
Hang on. Kid Rock back in the day was fantastic live.
Yes, I'll give you that.
When he started doing kind of the folk and country stuff, whatever, I didn't like that music.
Yeah.
But Kid Rock live doing Ba with the Ba, doing Rebel Without a Cause and all that type
I take that back. You're right.
And he would go up there and he would play all the instruments and he would go over and scratch the records and then he'd hire strippers from the local club to come up and dance.
He
and do
puts
all
on a
stuff.
show, man.
Yeah, he definitely
is a great show.
Yeah.
Maybe not presidential is what I was thinking.
Kid Rock, I have seen at least half a dozen times, and it was great every time I saw him.
Yeah, I got to tell you, I take that. I walk that back. I think more I was saying inappropriate for the inauguration than I would be to say that. Yeah, maybe very appropriate for the inauguration.
I was gonna say, yeah. Think about Harris. She had Megan the Stallion out there in booty shorts.
Stallion.
Yeah. The Stallion.
The Stallion.
Right, but out there, booty shorts, shaking her butt, like
talk about a gun hoe.
Yeah.
Well,
who would you have in your inauguration?
Ooh, now
3 bands. Now, President Galvin.
3 bands right now. President Galvin. I'm having Queens of the Stone Age, Slayer back together, and who's someone like Rival Sons.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. President Galvin.
Yeah, that would be fun. Speaking of bands getting back together, you get to hear that one song they do. 4 Non-Blondes will reunite for the first show in 30 years.
It's that one girl
at Bottle Rock Napa Festival.
Do you know anybody except for that one girl in the band?
I do not.
The one that's married to like Sarah Gilbert or somebody?
And she writes a ton of stuff and produces and does a ton of stuff
Very
for other artists.
successful for a musician and writer.
But also, 4 Non-Blondes literally only had that one song.
Yeah, Linda something, is that her name?
Yeah.
I'm trying to... Linda lady had one song, and no one knew who else was in the band.
No, I could not tell you one other person in the band. I know what she looks like, and I'm trying to think of what Linda Perry. Linda Perry is her name, and she's a very successful songwriter and musician. Like, she does stuff. Christina Aguilera, I think she wrote "Beautiful" for her.
Yeah.
But a ton of different artists she has written songs for.
She's one of those like Diane Warren, where you don't really know her, but you know all her music.
Right. I think she even did some stuff for Aerosmith. She may have done some stuff with them. But yeah, as far as the other members of the band, no idea.
No, the 3 other non-blondes.
Yeah,
nobody knows.
You might as well put Maroon 5 up there.
It's true. Yeah.
I have no idea. So they're back together for the first time in 30 years. I guess people have been calling for it. I don't know.
Gio, is this true that the Cowboys are looking at Dion for head coach?
That's the big rumor.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah.
I was with the other coach this weekend. Coach Sapp.
Sapp, yeah.
Oh, it means he's going too.
I definitely don't think Dion's going to stay around in Colorado once his sons
once
leave.
his sons go, he's not going to go. That's the only reason he was there.
So you got all these recruits that are going there to play with Dion.
Yeah.
And now they're not going to be there.
Ooh.
And then does his son go to the Cowboys?
I don't think.
No, he goes to the Giants.
Yeah. The Giants, or I think the Browns also, and the Patriots have the first couple picks.
Shador is pretty sure he's going to the Giants.
Yeah.
They must have had some.
Well, then the Giants won, and they lost they're not going to be the first pick.
But I'm not even saying first pick. I'm saying, well, he probably wants to go first pick for status, whatever. But then, work out a trade, do something, whatever, where he goes to the Cowboys.
Yeah, but I mean, they're paying Dak Prescott like $100 million.
Yeah,
they're not going to get a first round quarterback.
Yeah, so they fire their coach, and I guess the Bears are already looking at him.
Oh, Mike McCarthy.
Yeah, McCarthy.
Yeah,
which is so funny. Once you're an NFL coach, you're an NFL coach.
Yeah,
it doesn't matter how good or bad you are. If you are an NFL coach, you're probably going to get another NFL coaching job.
I think Jerry Jones is so crazy, and the fact that he refuses to let anybody run the team but him, and like the league is far past him by,
right.
Which is why I think the Cowboys are continually just not doing well.
Yeah,
not many people want to go and be coached there because they get no control.
Right, he's not a guy who's going to give up the reins either. Like, he's a guy that is going to be that way until he dies.
But Dion, maybe that's somebody that can talk to Jerry Jones.
That's what I'm saying with Dion, though, having played there,
out crazy, yeah, because nobody runs a team but Jerry Jones. He says he'll never have a GM. It's all him or nothing until he dies.
Yeah.
You know?
Which
isn't too far off.
Yeah, it couldn't be too long.
He's getting up there.
Which reminds me, we got to do death pool picks today.
Yes.
So 4 Non-Blondes getting back together for that. There are some rumors of other tours going on. I know you're not a huge fan, but rumors of a 9 Inch Nails tour in 2025 have been circulating for several weeks now, and it appears those rumors are picking up some credence. Shows for the Peel It Back World Tour appeared online via ticket retailers and event pages, most of which were promptly pulled down soon after. Some of those dates include September 10th show right here at Amalie Arena in Tampa for 9 Inch Nails, which was advertised as being on sale this Friday. So their 9 Inch Nails put out a thing. They said they're holding off on the announcement, said, yeah, we know you saw some leaked dates, whatever, but with the fires that are going on and all this stuff, obviously they're out there in LA, so working on that stuff, and then they're going to announce their tour.
Do we know anybody in 9 Inch Nails besides Trent Reznor?
No.
I feel like it's just him and a bunch of
great musicians.
Yeah,
It's a bunch of great musicians. Like he had Josh Freese, who plays with Foo Fighters, played with him for a while, and I know they're drummers because listen, if you're playing what he programs on a drum machine, you're a pretty good drummer. So I know they're drummers, but I think didn't Piggy play with them for a while? The bassist, I think, played with them for a while.
I have no idea. I couldn't name one person in 9 Inch Nails. I don't like the band. I don't like their music. That whole this bugs me.
But that was, I think you got locked into that because he's past that. There's some good like rock songs.
I like that. What was it? Perfect Drug or New Drug?
Yeah.
That song was good. Like they got some stuff in there. But Trent Reznor is always in a bad mood, and he just brings me down.
Yeah, he's kind of drag.
Yeah.
The Hand That Feeds is a pretty cool song.
I also think that he's super talented and that he created a genre of music. I don't think that I'm not taking anything away from him. It's just not my speed.
He scores a ton of movies and stuff. Like he's really involved with things.
Foo Fighters had that documentary where they had all different artists playing with them and doing stuff. And there was one where Josh from Queens of the Stone Age is playing bass, Dave Grohl on drums, and Trent Reznor on like keyboards and singing, and it's pretty cool.
Yeah,
just them jamming and coming up with stuff. You're like, wow.
As I get older, my music taste. I'm getting so gay.
Yeah,
dude. You should see me Friday. I was in the car. I was Uptown Girl.
Oh, you should check out my playlist. It's a vibe.
I gotta tell you, that's too straight for me.
Yeah,
I was just about to go to Show Tunes on Friday.
Good luck.
Did you watch Wicked yet?
I didn't. You know what, Gio? This Christmas might have been the worst Christmas that I've had in a long time. And the only reason for that is because my kids are just grown up and they're not interested.
I watched it with my daughter, and I enjoyed it.
I've seen the play.
Yeah.
I know I'll enjoy it. I walked out of the play, and I was like, that was fantastic.
Right.
I got to tell you, I liked the play, and I thought it was great. I liked Ariana Grande a lot. Until she did this press tour. Her and
weird.
The other girl are so annoying to me that I think I'm going to hate the movie.
They were really good in the movie.
They're both very talented, but all the weird stuff that they're doing, I was just like, oh, you're killing it.
I kind of knew the story, but I had not seen the play, and I just watched the movie, and I know there's a part 2 that's coming out Thanksgiving. I was like, oh, we're going to see part 2.
I don't know how part 2 plays in because this one's a prequel to The Wizard of Oz.
Well, I guess they cut wherever, I forget what it's called in the middle of the play where the intermission. That's where the movie cuts off. So they took the play and broke it into 2 movies.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
So apparently, from what I understand, this one ends at where the intermission is during the play.
Did you see that somebody put did like a skit video thing, whatever, guys from Boston being disappointed when they go to see the movie Wicked? They thought it was something else.
Yeah, no, I liked it. I thought it was good.
I just can't get my daughter. I keep saying to her, do you want to watch Wicked? Do you want to watch Wicked? And she's like, not right now.
Yeah, see, my daughter's like, can we watch Wicked? I'm like, yeah, sure, I'll watch it.
My she grew up too fast.
Yeah.
So now I told her, I'm like, invite your friends over. We'll have a little Wicked party. And she's like, no, we're not doing that.
It was good.
I watched a movie with Matt Dillon the other day where he's on an island in Greece and he owns a restaurant, and it looks good. It's like he had a past and something, and then you start finding out, and then he has to kill people and this and that, whatever.
Matt Dillon?
I hate Matt Dillon, and I like Matt Dillon. I like Matt Dillon a lot. I think he's really good. I hate whenever movies just end. You know what I mean? Where it's just like up in the air. And it's like,
I want answer. I want closure.
Yeah.
I want answers.
Terrible. The way that it ended was terrible. It made me so mad.
I'm excited for a second. I'm like, I like Matt Dillon. I like Grease. I'll watch this movie.
4 seconds before it ended, I said to my wife, "It better not end like." God damn it!
You can feel it's about to do that. Yeah.
It's like the to be continued. Seinfeld. Seinfeld used to have a bit about that. About he goes, "It's 28 minutes. They're not going to be able to finish it."
I hate when I'm watching a show or something. You look up and you realize there's only like 5 minutes left.
Yeah.
Like, there's no way they're going to wrap this up in the next 5 minutes.
Can I tell you something? I watch Seinfeld every night before I go to bed.
Seinfeld's so great.
Yeah, but it's one of the funniest shows ever, and each time that I think I've seen enough, it makes me laugh harder. But it really is right on the cusp of Jerry being rapey. Yeah, it's all that show is all about Jerry trying to get laid.
Oh yeah, and all the hot chicks that he goes out with.
But the hot chicks that he goes out with that he could probably not really get before he was Jerry Seinfeld.
Yeah,
and then the other thing is like he there's one of my favorite episodes is the one where the chick from NYU wants to do a story on Jerry,
right?
And she thinks that she overhears a conversation. She thinks that Jerry and George are gay, so she writes a story about them being gay. And then not only does Jerry fix it at the end, but he ends up banging the girl from NYU. Yeah. I'm like, oh, come on. It's like if I wrote my own script, I would be like, I'll bang all the hot girls.
Yeah. And then I'll bang a model from Calvin Klein.
Yeah.
And then I'll bang a girl that just randomly calls my phone.
Wrong number.
Jenny Wang.
Wang. Yeah.
That's hilarious. Some other concert announcements. Bad Bunny has scheduled a 21-date residency in Puerto Rico this summer.
Oh,
that's gonna be huge.
Be insane.
Tony Hinchcliffe opening for him. No.
In Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
Bad Bunny, I don't understand. It's one of those things that snuck up on me. I didn't know who he was. I know who he is now. I don't get it. And obviously it's not made for me. But good for him. Good for Mr. Bunny.
The WWE superstar Bad Bunny is we're talking about?
Yeah, that guy.
Bad Bunny was on Saturday Night Live. He, I think, hosted and was musical guest, and he did a skit with "Please Don't Destroy."
Yeah,
and it was so funny. The Shrek one. Did you watch that?
I don't think so. No.
Oh my God, you have to watch. It's so funny, and I can't tell whether he knows what's going on or if he's that hilarious.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because he comes into their thing.
He has to be if they made him the host and the guest.
He's dressed like Shrek, and they're like, "Oh, cool, you want to do a Shrek sketch?" And he goes, "No." It's just like it's so confusing, but it's really funny. It's a very funny skit.
Did you watch WWE last night?
I did for a little bit.
Did you see the first showing of Puto?
No.
What's his name? Penta? Puti?
No, I did not. I'm not familiar.
Luchador?
No, I didn't see that.
I don't know.
I saw Rey Mysterio's son, or no?
No, Rey Mysterio's son is what's his name? Derek?
Yeah.
Whatever. They have a new guy, a new luchador.
Oh, really?
I don't know who he is, but everybody was very
Joey's
excited.
showing him. He has like a skeleton mask thing,
Penta.
whatever. It looks
Penta.
Everybody's very excited that he was there, and I have no idea who he is.
Yeah, I saw CM Punk for about 10 minutes, and then I bailed.
He looks old.
He does look old.
Still
Still got it, though, when he's cutting the promos, man.
Yeah, he's funny.
We talk about him crying all the time. Look, I know it's terrible, the stuff that's going on in California right now, the wildfires and stuff.
Jimmy Kimmel
had to get on the TV and cry about it. He was back live last night after having to evacuate his studio because of the fires in Los Angeles. Here he is talking about the experience and urging viewers to donate and crying. Take a listen.
We are back in our studio, which we had to evacuate on Wednesday. Many of us had to leave our homes in a hurry. Some of our coworkers lost their homes. I think I speak for all of us when I say it has been a sickening, shocking, awful experience, but has also been, in a lot of ways, a beautiful experience because once again, we see our fellow men and women coming together to support each other.
People
who lost their own
homes
were out volunteering in parking lots, helping others who lost theirs. And tonight, our firefighters from LA were the first on the scene without hesitation. They were out there putting out the fires as best they could.
Let me ask you a question.
It's terrible. It's terrible what's going on, but Jesus Christ, stop crying on TV, man.
We are a team on this show.
Yeah.
Okay. Without all of us, we would not be successful. I am kind of the team leader.
Okay.
Okay. If I'm the team leader and I'm crying every day like this, don't you lose confidence in me?
Not only do I lose confidence, I pull you aside and I go, "Hey, man, stop
right.
crying."
Like, listen, if I come on here and I go, "Hey, my daughter was diagnosed with something," and I cry, then you understand.
Sure. Yeah.
But then if I'm like, remember 9/11? I start crying. You're like, all right, he's from New York, And then a couple of days later, I'm like, I had some bad Chinese food. That's just what he's like.
Well, with Kimmel, if this has been like one of the first times we'd ever seen him,
right?
Like that,
It'd be impactful.
It'd be like, oh man, but he does this all the time.
Right,
so
right.
He's
a huge pussy.
It seems very contrived. I think it's like fake.
I don't think it's contrived. I just think he's a huge pussy.
It's the boy who cried all the time.
I'll admit, the older I get, I choke up and cry a lot.
But
I really do. But
what do you cry at?
Usually, probably 95% of the time, it'll have something to do with my kids.
That's it.
All the time.
That's a genuine feeling that you have. And I did the same thing with my kids. Those sort of moments, those sort of things. That is completely acceptable.
I get choked up for a second, but I've noticed more and more. Maybe I'm just a big pussy. I'll be watching movies by myself and I'll
crying,
and I'll get choked up a little bit just for a split second. But I would never do that in front of anybody. I don't know.
But also, did you cry whenever Trump won the election? Did you cry? You know what I mean? Like he cries at the drop of the hat, man.
I got choked up when Mike Evans got 1,000 yards.
Yeah, I mean you're happy.
I swear to God, I did. I was emotional. The older I get, for some reason, I find I get more emotional.
Well, but also he's a kid.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
And there's passion in that.
Right.
It's real. You're a fan, and Mike Evans is likable, and you're happy that he achieved something.
I was just so happy for the guy. And
but if you got on the air on Monday and were like, "Did you see Mike Evans?"
No,
that would be that.
And when I say crying, I'm not like bawling.
No, you just get that feeling.
choked up.
I get you.
You
I
get choked up, maybe the eyes well up just a little bit. but that's
Verbally
it.
voiced.
Yeah.
I find that I get choked up. Not again, like you're saying, not tears, not crying, but getting that feeling inside when historical things happen. Like I remember watching Obama when Obama was announced as president, and he walked out into that they did it at that park, and he walked out on that stage, and I thought this is the first black president that we're seeing in our lifetime. It's this guy, and I wasn't crying, and my wife said to me, "Are you going to cry?" And I go, "Shut it alone." I go, it's just, it's something about witnessing history to me that makes me get all excited.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that that you really have to breathe in those moments that you're a part of while they're happening. So if that's an emotion, it's one thing, but this guy weeping. What's the difference between crying and getting choked up and weeping?
Not only weeping and doing all that stuff, but also on what is supposed to be a comedy show, and it's a guy who was on the Man Show, and it was like all the things you're like, didn't he used to be funny and now he's just crying all the time?
Yeah.
I got choked up the other night when George McFly kisses Lorraine at the.
Maybe got a problem.
I watched that movie 1,000 times. I'm like, I literally said, "What the F is wrong with me?"
You need Lexapro.
Yeah, you're crying maybe a little bit too much. By the way, speaking of another person who cries a lot, Rachel Maddow will return to the 9 p.m. hour on NBC 5 nights a week in a temporary move for the first 100 days of the Trump administration.
Oh, yeah, well, you know what? They're all, you can say whatever you want as a liberal and you hate Trump and all that stuff, but you're capitalizing on his. I mean, look at Jon Stewart coming back to the Daily Show.
Yeah.
All that stuff is because finally people are interested in politics again. So they're like, all right, well, we're back.
By the way, there's another guy who's crying too much too, Jon Stewart.
Jon Stewart?
Yeah. It's like when comedians become serious, I'm like, what's going on?
Yeah, but he does a lot of stuff with war vets, and that's got to be tough.
Yeah, no. That if you're crying about that stuff, that's
Right.
totally fine. But he's not just crying about that.
Yeah.
Like he does help out a lot, 9/11 stuff and the firefighters and everything. He does a lot of that stuff. But he also cries a lot.
We were up on stage at David Wells' charity event. I'm hosting. Dave's up there giving a little bit of a speech, and he introduces this woman. And this woman who is, her husband was a combat veteran who was killed in the line of duty. And she says one day she has a daughter, and her daughter's 8 years old, and she's getting dressed to go leave the house. And she says, "Where are you going?" And the daughter says, "I'm going to get a job so that I can help contribute to the family." And David Wells is crying, and he looks at me and he goes, and it was a very emotional. Imagine a little 8-year-old girl getting dressed up and going to go look for a job so she could help the family now that her dad's dead. It was very sad. David Wells looked at me and he goes, "How are you not crying?" And I looked at him and I go, "Because I'm dead inside." I have no feelings.
I would
anymore.
just look back at him and went,
queer.
Yeah. Finally in news, if I said I'm sick and tired of How would you finish that if you were saying that? I'm sick and tired of
Carmen.
Joe.
Working.
Hey.
Carmen. Anything else? Like anything in your life? Anything that you see? You're like, I'm so sick and tired. Can I tell you what
So
I'm sick and
many
tired of?
things.
I'm sick and tired of the Manning brothers. Jesus Christ, stop it.
It's a lot.
It.
It's a lot. It
it's
really
too
is.
much.
From everything from commercials to it's too
I'm
much.
sick and tired of the Kelsey brothers.
Kelsey brothers, yeah.
I'm sick and tired of my brother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sick and tired of Jimmy Kimmel crying. A poll of 2,000 Americans found 97% of us are sick and tired of one thing or another. 14% think it's all a lost cause. 86% think we can still fix things, issues that we're sick and tired of out there. Here are the top 5 things.
Where are you ranking that?
We're sick
I
of.
feel like we're a lost cause. I used to have great optimism about things, and now I just feel like it's a lost cause.
Oh, I don't at all. I think it's a lot of media pushing all that is.
Oh, I think we'll just
people
eventually
are-
destroy ourselves.
I think people
Yeah.
are. Oh, yeah, but that's always been the case.
Yeah.
That's always been the case.
But there's no. There used to be a guy who was like, no, we can change. And now I'm like, meh, it's over.
You know who is, and I know maybe a lot of people aren't a big fan, whatever, but Elon Musk was on with Bill Maher, and I saw a clip of it. And Bill Maher was talking about, well, you're a guy that, we need to save the planet. We don't have water. We don't have this, whatever. And he goes, yeah, we do.
Yeah.
We'll be fine. We'll be fine. And he's like, no, but to, take the salt out of the water and stuff. And he goes, we can do it. We can. It's like those people are like, yeah, no, we're fine. We're going to be able to do this. Everybody else,
Panic.
it doesn't help ratings to say everything's going to be fine. It helps ratings to say this is the worst ever and this is happening. This guy's terrible and all that stuff. Yes. It's a different world, which my dad will tell me all the time, every time I talk to him from whenever he was growing up. But it's also because you see it so much more and it's pushed on you so much more. I think we're gonna be fine.
Yeah.
I've always been. It'll work out.
I don't know. I'm starting to think the opposite now. I'm starting to think it's over.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not that we're not gonna be able to carry on, or we're not gonna. I just feel like there's a lot of the good stuff's gone.
Here are the top 5 things we're sick of in 2025. Misinformation online.
I mean,
This includes reporting news, biased reporting news. You know what I mean?
Okay, all right, yeah.
This channel, you're getting it this angle, and this channel, you're getting it this way. 86% of people say they're sick of misinformation online.
Okay.
Politics and government, just in general, people are tired of it.
Yes.
Can't get enough.
Really?
I love hearing about it. I love talking about it. I
I
love
don't
hearing
care.
about it. I don't need to necessarily fight about it, but I find it to be one of the interesting things to talk about.
I find people that are obsessed with politics just bizarre to me.
Well, yeah, people are obsessed with
with it,
anything.
yeah, like that's
But
their
also-
whole thing.
Also, and you may laugh at this and go, "Oh, yeah, that's what's wrong with it." To me, it doesn't matter who's doing anything. It's all the same.
Yeah,
It
and
has
I don't
always been the
necessarily
same.
agree with that, which also makes it interesting to talk about. And like the Pete Hegseth thing, I just find that stuff fun to talk about because it blows my mind that it's happening, and I'm interested to see what the next step is, what the next move is.
Yeah.
You know what blows my mind?
Blow it.
Oh,
you
blew it.
I messed it
You
up.
drunk, you.
Here we go, Bone fam. The Bone Bonus. Sponsored by Anajar and Levine. Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
This hour's Bone Bonus keyword is...
Perks. This hour's keyword is perks. Perks. Head over to the 1025 The Bone app now and enter perks before 30 minutes past the top of the hour, and that $1,000 Bone bonus could be yours. Perks.
Carmen, what's the number one perk of this show?
Getting to see your face every morning.
yeah.
I'm gonna cry.
That was a great answer.
Back to the stuff that we're sick and tired of. Violence and crime. 84% of people are sick and tired of violence and
Yeah,
crime.
I'll give you that.
That kind of goes without saying, though.
I'm kind of for violence and a little bit for
A little
crime.
bit of crime.
I think we need more violence.
Yeah.
I'm with you.
Economic issues like inflation and cost of living. That's wild. I can tell you, when you look at some of the different graphs and you see what people are making compared to what stuff costs and how it's the cost of living has gone skyrocketed like this, and what people are being paid stays at a steady line, you're like, that's wild.
It's insane.
It
really is.
I can't wait till Trump lowers my grocery prices next week.
Huh?
That's going to be fantastic.
He's going to drop it down for you. He's actually going to deliver it.
Yeah.
The eggs and the bacon's going to be fantastic.
He's
No.
working at the McDonald's drive-thru.
Listen, I went grocery shopping this weekend and I had a discussion with an old man at the eggs, and he was talking about.
All right.
I swear.
Hello, Eggman.
Yes, and he was talking about how we have an egg shortage, and they're going up $1.
Right.
And I was like, oh man, because they didn't have the organic pasture eggs that I usually get at Aldi, so I had to get, and they're the brown ones. I had to get the white generic ones.
Gross.
Yeah, and
Eggland's best.
yeah, and I had to get those eggs, and they were as much as the organic eggs usually cost.
Oh.
And I was just like, oh man. So I told Chad, anytime he goes to Aldi, if they have the good eggs, buy an extra carton.
So they have the bird flu, they say, is the problem that is making the eggs go up.
Okay.
There's a shortage right now because of that.
Yeah.
I was on Uber Eats or Grubhub, whatever, the other day. I think it was Panera. Panera has a French dip sandwich.
Okay.
It's a 12-inch. That's like the normal now for sandwiches. It's 12-inch, whatever. Just guess. What do you think it was?
$30.
So for an Uber Eats?
Well, what the sandwich costs, on there.
So $17.
$30.
25.
Carmen?
I'm going to go $26.57.
$21.
For
$21 for a sandwich. I go, do we need meat? Are we not?
That's
Are we running out of
It's
meat?
expensive.
I know, but come on. That's
Yeah.
wild. That's
Yeah.
wild. I passed on it.
I saw something that said try this for January. Delete all your food delivery
Come on.
apps.
What?
Get out and go get it.
You want me crying like Kimmel over here?
No, but I'm saying, like, Galvin, like, you're not a big drinker, so why can't you go get it? Just go drive.
Sometimes you're watching a
I
movie.
easily can. And I can cook and do all that stuff. My wife doesn't cook, and my wife doesn't like anything that I cook, and my son doesn't cook, and he doesn't like anything that I cook. I can feed myself, and then I have to Uber Eats for my family.
They can go get it.
Yeah, that's true. I actually, my son, for a while, I was like, all right.
Go get it.
Yeah.
I pay for your car. Go get it.
It's crazy.
Exactly.
And then some of the other things they say that we're sick and tired of: social issues and divisiveness. Other things that ranked high: healthcare system. You can find out killing people out there. Personal struggles like feeling overworked and not taking better care of the environment.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah, I think more my things I'm sick of are more localized. You know, I'm like sick. I'm sick of seeing my son's face not working. You know, like that kind of stuff. You know, yeah. I'm not. I don't let the world stuff get to me.
No,
I can deal with all that.
Yeah, I think it will be fine.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. That is it for news.
All right, Galvin. Thank you.
Got it.
For providing Tampa Bay with their news for
all
the day.
The news.
We must take a break. Our phone numbers, if you'd like to be a part of the show. And I like every once in a while. I know Carmen doesn't, but I do. 800-771-1025. You can give us a call. You can follow us on Instagram at The Mike Calta Show. We'll take a quick break. It's The Mike Calta Show. This is 1025 The Bone. So if it came on today at noon, who is on the air?
Today at noon on the air is JP.
That is correct. Noon, 2, and 5. Who would be at 5 o'clock?
That would be Drew Garabo featuring a cat named Mo.
Correct. I've not heard any of that yet. Have you?
No, I haven't.
Not for any reason that I'm just not in the car.
Same.
Yeah. I have heard Senning. I have heard the JP show. And I have heard the crossover between John and Drew show. And that was good. But I have not heard Drew and Mo together yet.
I will be honest with you and say that I haven't heard anybody's show.
You just dislike it.
No,
You're a hater.
no. I like everyone. I just have not... heard anybody.
Carmen, if they would have said to you, Carmen, you have to leave the Mike Calta show, but we're going to put you on now in the afternoon. You don't have to get up early with Drew and Mo. Would you do it?
Drew and Mo?
Yeah, but you don't have to get up early. They don't change your pay.
Can I go with Senning?
Nope. You get Drew and Mo. Like it's a punishment.
No, I love you, baby. I'm sticking with you.
Oh, look at that.
What would take you away from me?
What can we do?
Yeah.
Senning.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
I think John Senning and myself, and even Dizzy, if he's still there, I think we would make a good show. We were around the same age and stuff like that. And yeah, the enticing part is not getting up at 4 a.m.
Can I tell you, I don't want to lose anybody on the show. Carmen, Joe, Galvin, Gio, nobody. I didn't want to lose Spanish. I don't want to lose anybody on the show. but I will never stop somebody from taking a better opportunity. If they came and they would have said, "Hey, what do you think about Carmen with John Senning?" I would have been like, I mean, if they're happy about it, then make it work. I don't want you to go, but if you think it would be a better opportunity, I'd be all for it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it would be a better opportunity, but again, I think
then I'd secretly hate you behind your back.
Yeah.
100%. I know that. You're gonna hate me no matter what happens when I leave.
Right. When you leave, yes.
Yeah.
She's already planning it.
Mm-hmm. She's been planning it since the first year that she got started here.
No, I have not.
No, first year was cool.
First off, I've had no plan in my life. I did not plan on being in radio. I did not plan on being here long. Thank you. Yeah. Like, I came into this internship thinking it was going to last like a couple months.
Yeah.
And here I am 13 years later.
Right. 13, huh?
That's wild.
Yeah. This was not in the plan. I didn't, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
crazy.
Yeah. And again, I love doing this. But like we've talked about this before, like radio is kind of in the dying stages. You know what I mean? Like you will end your career, your life, your working life in radio, Mike.
Yes.
I will not. I have to have a backup plan. I don't think I'm making it to the end of radio the way the world is working and shifting. And with technology.
I would like to clarify one thing, though, and I'm not arguing with you. I just want to say it again because evidently it didn't come across. I don't think that there'll be an end for radio. Radio will always exist. I just see that there is a shift change right now.
Paradigm shift.
And people have the mindset that, radio is old school and radio is done. It'll never go away. It's the same thing happened when we were kids, and it was AM radio, and then it went to disco, and then it went to rock, and then it went to dance music, and then it'll just constantly be changed.
I just think it'll be more technology, less physical people.
Yeah. Exactly.
That's where it's going to go.
Because, I mean, honestly, like now, like everything can be scheduled out. People that are on air are doing like 5, 6, 7, 10 different stations because they're voice tracking it. Right. You know what I mean?
But there's a different kind of job than what we do.
Right. But again, you need less people. And and even for our station, we don't need overnights anymore because we just do replays.
This company's kind of dumb. If I was smart, I would first of all, I'd put this show on and save a lot of money in other markets, but
you would also say something different than if I was smart.
If the company was smart, they would put Carmen on. I would let Carmen. Not that I would let you. I would promote you voice tracking other stations around the country.
Yeah, and I've been asked, but it was a great opportunity.
No.
We're not gonna pay
pizza party.
Your voice could be heard all over
for nothing.
It's a great opportunity.
A lot of those voice track gigs are like they don't pay nothing.
That's
$100.
And that's what it is nowadays. Everything's a great opportunity to promote yourself, but it's not a great opportunity to actually make money.
Yeah. Is it a great opportunity to promote yourself?
If you can get endorsements, though, in other markets and do that.
But then again, it's if you can.
Sure, yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not guaranteed that you're going to get those endorsements and stuff like that. So, everyone's like, well, why wouldn't you do that? It's because the opportunity is,
Yeah, it's not a good opportunity.
It's not a good opportunity.
And they're one way. If they're one way, you don't take it.
Exactly.
Sometimes you got to know when to say no.
Right.
Do you realize that next month it'll be 18 years that you and I have been doing the show together?
No, that is crazy.
How long were you doing the show before I got here?
So I started in 2006. I started in June of 2006. Joey was born in August of 2006.
So then next year would be 20 years of the Mike Calta Show.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
right?
crazy.
Now, what do we do? Do we do a celebration 20 years of Mike Calta Show? Or
you're getting way ahead of yourself.
I'm sure. I'm sure the company, they probably have something big planned for the show and stuff. You know, we get gifts and thank yous and confetti and balloons.
I don't want anything.
Do you know how many times I've gotten? We need something from the voice guy for 20 years
tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yesterday.
Yeah, I don't care about any of that stuff.
But I mean, it's a big deal.
Can I tell you though? I feel very appreciated by the company.
Yeah,
and I feel that I have a great relationship with the listeners, and they listen. We love them, and that's a great relationship to have. If they said, "Let's use Mike Calta's 20th anniversary," like my birthday was a reason for the roast,
right? Yeah.
Let's use 20th anniversary to have a big concert or a big comedy show. I'm all for that.
Yeah.
A party for my 20th anniversary. queer.
No,
Not gay,
but like
queer.
a party with a concert or a party with a comedy thing, like to put it all together, like we did at Hard Rock, doing that stuff, whatever.
Yeah, if we can come up with
Those
some
are
sort
fun.
of event.
Yeah, for the listener, basically.
I love that when we did those Hard Rock Cafe gigs where Pipple Toddler played and we did it. Those are the most fun times. But Hard Rock they don't really need us, so they're already full.
Yeah.
So
yeah, every time I go there, it's packed.
It's packed.
Yeah.
Everybody knows about the Hard Rock.
So
I don't understand. Listen. Carmen says this all the time. I'm gonna go. I have some money. I do okay. I cannot go and spend all the money at the Hard Rock like these people do. Like, who are these people? I saw a guy the other day on TV. I've been going to the Hard Rock for 20 years. How?
Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes I go to the Hard Rock and go, what do these people do for a living?
Is it worth it to them to drive there to spend $100 in a slot machine and then leave after that?
I think they're going into
Yeah.
debt. I think these people are just like maxing out credit cards and stuff to be able to do that.
Also, though, people are coming from all over
That's
to go
what
to
I
the
was
Hard
gonna
Rock,
say.
not just Tampa.
It's a destination for
Yeah.
people. I told you I was sitting at the blackjack table, and the old lady said that she had to go. She goes, "I have a 3-hour drive home."
Oh,
and I was
yeah.
like, "Yeah." But I mean, listen, I used to do it whenever I lived up in Destin. I used to go over to Biloxi because that was the closest casino.
Orlando, Lakeland, they all come over.
Yeah, but also from all over the world. I mean, if you're planning a trip and stuff, and you're like, "Oh, the Tampa has a Hard Rock, we can go and stay there, stay
Yeah.
at the Hard Rock." Then the concert's right there. You got restaurants right there. Everything's right there.
Yeah, it's a great spot. It's a great destination to go to. And now that they have the hotel capacity to have more people, sure. But what I'm saying is the people who go, oh, I'm going to head over to the Hard Rock. I'm going to head over to the Hard Rock. Everyone, I'm like, where are you getting all this money from?
Did I tell you it's starting to finally come in? Did I tell you what I got in the mail the other day?
No.
Hard Rock Bet T-shirt.
Oh, you're.
Yeah, I mean, but then my wife has some friends coming into town, and they want to have a room. I got 2 nights over there.
Oh,
how you like that?
That is pretty good.
Yeah, not too shabby.
Galvin's doing so well at sports gambling, he now wins in his sleep. Which he just pointed out to me during the break.
I did, yeah. I had a couple of NBA games that I put together, and one was the late game. And I was like, I can't stay. I already watched the football game. I can't stay up for this. But I had hit the first 2 legs, and then it was Spurs beating the Lakers. I had the Spurs actually plus 3.5, which they didn't need. They wound up beating them 126 to 105 or something. So I wound up hitting that, and I said, "There's nothing like waking up and going, oh,
I don't know
right."
that feeling. I've never experienced
It's
that.
a nice feeling, Gio. I got to tell you, it's a nice feeling.
I
Just-
imagine it's great.
Point out that the guys who make the bets, the lines, and how good they are. The spread was 3 points on the Bucks game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I called the field goal.
Oh, man.
So I have pivoted, by the way. I wanted to talk to you about this. I pivoted on Galvin Gambles. So I started out by putting up bets and doing that stuff because everyone was like, hey, you're winning. We want to tail your bets. And I was
Right.
like, all right, that's fine, whatever. Whatever it is, the voodoo, the gods, the this, that, whatever. For some reason, once I started going public with them, I wasn't winning.
Right.
They weren't winning. We'd hit every once in a while, but it just wasn't as good as it was whenever I was just doing my own bets. So for a while I was doing it, and then I said, you know what, I can't do this anymore. And people were getting mad and this. that.
Sure, you were losing all the money for all these people.
And so I said, all right, I'm done doing that. And then I went back to winning. And I go, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put out my research that I do. So now I've been putting up stuff, and I'm just giving stats.
Okay.
You do with it what you will.
Right.
But I'll put up for like the Bucks Commanders game. I put up like 3 different things for the Bucks, 3 different things for the Commanders. This person has had over 80 yards for 5 out of the last 6 games. This person has thrown for over 200. This one has been under this many completions for 8 out of the last 10 games.
Okay.
So you can kind of look at those stats and go, all right, I'm going to pull that one, or just bet on one of them or whatever. But people seem to like it. I've been getting a lot of response of people
Sure,
saying,
I like so they can also see where you're coming from with some of your bets.
right. And I'm just giving you the facts. I'm just giving you the facts. They're the stats. The stats are the stats. Do with them what you will.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
yeah,
I like that.
That's what's been going on.
Did we go over our bets that we made for the playoff?
Oh, no, we didn't. Carmen, do you have those? The football, what we did?
I do not have them next to me, but I do have them in the office. I just have to. Oh,
right, well-
actually, they're on the counter. I just have to go get them.
Yeah.
But I have to like stand up and.
You have an
walk.
office?
Oh man, Carmen's
all
gonna
right.
stand up and go get him.
You gonna
No, I'm
knock
just
over
saying,
a glass of wine or what?
No, I don't want Gio to curse like he usually does.
Oh,
It's
Yeah.
my, it's my,
Gio.
that's, I get it. It's my
Yeah, don't
fault.
curse.
Yeah.
While
Sorry,
you do
everybody.
that, Carmen, I'll talk about something.
All you
Okay.
mother. Oh.
Yeah, exactly. See?
What you got?
I joined OnlyFans.
Oh, after the discussion, huh?
Did you hear what my wife said?
I didn't. I think you said Well, go ahead. I
asked her in the podcast.
Right.
I said, "Would you be mad if I joined OnlyFans?" And she said, "Like to get your own OnlyFans?" I go, "No, no. If I was going to like look at something in OnlyFans," and she goes, "Would I be mad? No, but I would be icked out by you." And I said, "I just assume you're already icked out by me." And she said, "I just think it's gross, but I wouldn't be mad if you did." She goes, "Now, if you were spending a lot of money, I would." And immediately what we carried on and talked about, I heard, no, I wouldn't be mad. So go ahead and do it.
What is the difference between an OnlyFans? I mean, you're not paying for porn, but you're looking at porn, whatever. You know, unless it's a local girl, you're probably not going to meet her, you know? So it's just the money. So it's whatever it is.
Yeah. You know, like that Allie Ray girl that called the show that I think is super hot.
I know exactly what she is.
Right.
By the way,
the curiosity to see her OnlyFans page is strong. I'm not going to do it, but I'm kind of like, I kind of want to now. You know what I mean? There's this smoking hot girl on Instagram. I mean, she's the tattoo chick. She's super hot and all that. And she was like, I'd never do an OnlyFans, never do an OnlyFans. And then she's like, I finally did an OnlyFans. And I'm like, what? Now I'm like, I want to see it so bad. So I joined last night.
Is she local or no?
No. I don't even know where she lives.
Did you tell your wife?
No, I asked her beforehand. She didn't. Wow. She said it icked her out. So I'm not going to go. Hey, by the way,
right?
But you want to know how much I spent?
$12.
$3.
Oh,
yeah, $3.
$3.
You $3. So what the gimmick is you $3 a month to subscribe, right? And then if you want to see some more stuff, there's in-app purchases. So she had a video on there of her banging her boyfriend or her husband or whatever he is. You could see that for $32. You could,
but for the $3, you still get to see some stuff.
Yeah, they have a lot of pictures. Like I just think she's gorgeous.
But are you seeing stuff, or are you just seeing like
you saw some stuff?
Are you
no?
Are you satisfied with your purchase?
Yes. $3 worth. I got my $3
would recommend.
Worth. All right. I got my $3 worth 3 times over.
Now, can you talk to the girls on these things, or there's like
you can,
right?
But it's not her.
No, it's her,
right?
And it's specifically
it's her. Shut up.
So I'll tell you why I say that is because I guess you can. I guess part of the attraction to this thing is that you can communicate with these girls,
right? Because they kind of sell like join my community and see it's like a whole thing.
I don't want to join anybody's community. Right. I'm being honest about that. But she sends an automated message to you that says, "Hey, this is an automated message, but I am here to communicate. If you want to just hit me up, respond to the thing." About like she encourages it. I don't want to talk to.
It'd be great if it was, "Hello, Michael."
Yeah, I have waited for you to come on my site.
I'm so happy that you decided to text me, Michael.
I hate to break it to you, but those girls actually outsource the messaging. And like they will pay other people
to run it.
Oh, to message people.
What?
Yeah.
No.
Come on.
Because it's probably a lot for some of them. A lot of messages.
Right. So like they'll if they're represented by someone, the company will take care of it, or they can just hire somebody. Because I know someone who does this, and they hire people.
Yeah.
And they're the ones who just run the messaging.
Who do you know that's doing it?
We all know the.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but like they told me they're set up and everything like that. Right. Yeah, and they don't run the messaging.
I read an article about it was OnlyFans, and they said there's companies and they recruit girls, and then all you have to do is like send pictures, and they run everything for you.
Yeah,
that's
like,
great.
Yeah,
that's great.
Well, there's the one guy that has the AI girl that makes more than anybody.
Yeah,
right.
You know, that's so crazy.
That's brilliant.
That's the best. Yeah. I wish I knew how to do it.
I wonder if my wife would be mad at that. If
AI?
if I had an AI
girlfriend,
account. Yeah, like an AI girlfriend.
I mean, it's not real.
This is Wendy.
But it doesn't matter because it's not really that is the problem. It's the emotional attachment that you're getting to that thing.
I would want Wendy to be jealous when Amanda was around.
And then Wendy texts you and stuff.
Yeah.
It's like, is she there in the room with
you?
Yeah.
Are
she
you in the
angry?
living room? Are you guys watching Jeopardy right now?
Yeah.
When are you going to go in your room and call me?
Hey, Wendy, my wife is driving me nuts tonight. Tell me what you're doing.
I like it. I want a Wendy.
It's all AI. Yeah, they can do that now.
I would take that. I would take a Wendy.
And you can say bad things about your wife to Wendy.
Then today I want Wendy to
Oh
have
my
a
God, why do you want to talk bad about your wife?
I'm saying you
Theo?
could. I'm not
if you
saying
had a wife, you would know.
Yeah, like saying you could do these things, not you want to.
Then, like one day, Wendy has a fat ass.
Yeah.
And then I'm not into that anymore.
Right.
And then Wendy's got a skinny ass again the next day.
And you can tell Wendy, hey, ass is getting too fat. Fix it.
Oh,
and then she does automatically.
I had an SEX dream about one of our listeners.
Oh.
that I don't really know very well.
From the tailgate?
From the tailgate, from the cruises, from appearances, just somebody that I don't even ever think about.
Dave.
Damn it.
Dave's doing good, by the way.
Yeah,
he messaged me the other day.
Somebody I don't even think about and consider somebody like sexual like that, but all of a sudden popped up in my dream.
Hello.
Yeah, isn't that weird how that happens? How it could be somebody that you never really thinking.
What do you think triggered that? Did you see this person out and about? Or
Yes.
Yeah.
At the tailgate.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. At the tailgate.
Mowing down some brisket, and then you're like, right now we're in the sex dream.
It was 100% nothing sexual. Like didn't even look at that person and go, oh, they look good today.
But then they were in the sex dream?
In the sex dream.
Really?
Doing dirty stuff.
Oh, I got to know.
Isn't that weird?
That is kind of weird.
Somebody that I'm not particularly attracted to, not somebody that's not attractive.
Are you in their dream, or are they in your dream?
No, I don't think I'm in their dream at all.
You never know.
No, I don't think so at all.
Right.
Like I've never got that vibe, never got anything at all. Like
if you told this person they were in your dream, would they be like, oh,
probably.
Really?
Yeah. Or probably like expect me to say something gross like that. You know what I mean? But nobody that's gonna go, oh, I don't know. I don't think so. But I was like, ooh.
Do you think we'll all recognize this person?
Yes.
Oh, I got
for sure.
I gotta know. Joe,
sure.
don't say it. Don't
Just
say it
say
out loud.
Joe don't know. If Joe knew, I would say
Joe will
it.
guess.
Joe will say it out loud.
All right.
No, I'm not. I don't even know 100% this person's name.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And you're dreaming about them.
I did. Yeah, but I don't
But
control that stuff.
You saw him, yeah. Subconscious.
What happened in the dream?
I can't even say.
Oh, wow. That bad.
It was good. It was good. It was good. There was a thing in there that happened that I can't say. I can't even dance around.
Yeah.
There is a thing in there.
Yeah.
I can't even dance around it.
She's like, this is how I do it.
Would you like to find out our football picks instead?
Yeah.
Sure.
I do have those. I do not have the music though. I'm sorry.
What is the limit for the OnlyFans? Like if I go,
I think you start going over a certain amount per month.
Yeah.
I think if you go over $20 a month, you've got a problem.
No, you can go higher than that.
$32 just to get that one video. That was what I really wanted to see.
Wow.
You got to build a roster, like a harem of OnlyFans women.
but
I'm only there for one person.
That's the problem. You break that one time where you're like, $32, whatever, and then it just
You
keeps
break the
going.
seal.
Yeah. All of a sudden,
$32 was high. If it was $18, I would have done it.
all of a sudden you're like, $8,400 so far
Yeah.
this month. Oh,
Well, you know it's weird, and I don't know what the rules are or why they do this, but they tell you how much money has been spent on that already. So she has a video of her banging her
I'll
husband.
probably be like, look how much people have spent on this.
Yeah.
It's because they want to see this.
It's so good.
Yeah.
I think there's a goal. I think that the goal, well, whatever. Anyway, there was a video of her banging her husband, and she made $4,700 and something dollars.
Good job.
That's what I said. Yeah, but Carmen, I don't know how long it's been up.
But
true.
also, you buy that. Do you actually own it? Do you get it to download it, or you just get to watch it whenever?
Watch it whenever you want.
It unlocks it on their profile type thing.
Yeah.
But what if she took it down?
I don't know.
Then you don't
Listen,
get
I
it?
just joined yesterday.
Please don't take that.
She says, if you want me to keep it up, pay a little bit more.
Yep.
Yeah.
The 34 just became 44.
And a lot of the girls say how like a lot of their money is from people subscribing and forgetting.
Oh, yeah.
Because the
Sure.
subscription
Yeah.
is so low, like the $3.
But think about it,
That you don't-
$3.
Yeah.
If 500 people sign up for that, that's $1,800 a month.
Yeah.
Right.
Nope.
And
That's
$1,500 a month.
$1,500 a month. Sorry, Gavin. That's just from people who signed up.
Right.
That's great.
Yeah.
Even if half of those people unsubscribe, you're still getting,
Yeah.
yeah.
Man, once we threw math into the show, it completely sidelined everything.
Yeah, I'm confused now.
Anyway, the girls are making money, and I'm all for it. Lucky them.
Yeah.
I wish there was something that I could do on OnlyFans.
You can.
What? I'm not rubbing one out for the guys in Bolivia.
I'm saying.
Did you see that they arrested those two guys that own Southern Nights, the LGBTQ nightclub,
Oh, yeah, for
child porn?
Yeah.
I feel like that's our fault.
Our fault.
Yeah, we
Why?
manifested it again. Once we started talking about people getting child porn the other day, somebody got busted right out of the gate.
That's good, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not saying it was bad, but usually we talk about somebody and they die.
Yeah.
Or we talk about a situation and it happens. Now we talked about child porn and somebody got busted.
I'd say we're heroes.
I mean, I don't like
I
to
say
put
we
that
start
tag.
talking about Powerball.
All right, 800-771-1025 the phone numbers. Let's check in with Carmen to find out how we did in our football picks. Oh! Thought you didn't have it.
I got it. I had time.
Moved her wine.
All right, what do we got?
Oh. All right. So Ian did not send his picks in, so technically he lost.
Loser.
With 0 picks. But again, these were just for fun. Next, with 1 win, Joe.
All right. Wow. One win.
I beat Ian.
With 2 wins, Galvin.
Ooh. Ooh.
With 3 wins, Mike Calta.
I'm consistent.
Myself. And Martine.
Oh.
And this week's winner, even though it doesn't matter, Gio with 4 wins.
I'll oh no, never mind. I was gonna say I'll Venmo you, but
you want my Venmo?
No,
nothing.
We should have carried through the playoffs. I
No,
think.
we should not have.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what we do have to do. We have to do death pool picks. So let's
Yes.
take a break.
Oh.
When we
For
come
sure.
back and we'll get to that. And then we got Dom joining us at the top of the hour.
You gotta let Ian and Tony know.
Tony sent me some picks.
He did? Okay.
Ian sent me some picks.
Oh, well
All right.
then I'll shut my mouth.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're picking next. It's the Mike Calta Show. This is 1025 The Bone. Now we go on to something not nearly as bright, and that is the death pool. We've got picks to make to round that. What is this, our third round? Or
First, second.
Second round. Oh,
Yeah.
my. All right, so where are we at, Carmen? Who starts it off?
You do. Mike
Oh.
Calta.
I, with the next pick, will take Joe.
Yes.
Love on the Rocks.
Mm.
Ain't no big surprise. Pour me a drink, and I'll tell you some lies. I take Neil Diamond.
All right.
Neil Diamond is so old, he can't perform anymore.
He's up there.
And they dragged him out to the Neil Diamond Broadway show, and he did not look good.
Mm.
Yeah, so I will take the
He's got
great.
upper 70s,
No, he's probably late 80s.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, and a fantastic performer, one that I wish that I could have seen live with Joe.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was
That would
nobody
be
else
nice.
I'd rather go see Neil Diamond with than
Oh.
you, Joe.
Please.
All right, so there you go. My pick, Neil Diamond.
And then it's me, and I'm gonna go Wendy Williams.
Oh,
She's had
yeah.
health issues.
Oh,
She's
yeah.
on and off the wagon.
It's good.
The wagon.
Mhm.
I don't
Yep.
know what she's on.
She's got
but-
mental issues.
Yeah.
She's got physical issues. She's a mess.
And then we go to.
I feel like Wendy Williams is a bad person,
Yeah.
and
Really?
then like kind
Yeah, I
of
can see
deserves
that.
this. Yeah.
I can see
I don't think so. She's tried to out a lot of people, and I think.
You think they got her?
I think they got her.
You think they did he done her?
Yeah, I
Mm,
think I think she's tried to out bad people, which makes her seem like a bad person.
You know, there's a Diddy documentary coming on Peacock today,
Mm.
or maybe this week sometime. But I watched the preview for it yesterday, and they got Albie Shore on. Do you remember Albie Shore?
Sure.
He had hits in the '80s.
Sure.
He was married to Diddy's ex-wife.
Mm.
It was his ex-wife, and he is convinced that he had her killed because
Yeah?
she's technically died of pneumonia. It's interesting.
Yeah, at like the 40, like mid 40s
Yep.
or something like that. Like it didn't make sense.
No.
Yeah. The next person is Tony Burton to pick.
All right. Jared, what do we
Tony
got?
wants Robert Duvall.
Ah, damn it.
Mm.
That was on my list too. All right, hold on. I got to take off Bobby D and take off Neil Diamond. All right, my list shrinks. The great Bobby D is he's been old for 20 years now.
Sure.
Yeah.
At least.
So, although he keeps it young, man. He married a salsa dancer,
Yeah.
so he's still moving and keeping his body going.
He's not
Right.
really doing movies anymore, though.
No,
or
he's
anything.
not.
Mm-mm.
Next is Galvin.
Over to me. I am gonna go. Woo! Ric Flair.
Oh, man.
Ric Flair has had a lot of problems. He's still putting it back.
He's boozing it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I will tell you, I think that's a good pick for me because I think Ric Flair, it lives forever.
I think he's like Ozzy, I feel like.
It lives forever.
Mm.
Yeah.
My buddy, you saw him last week in the airport at the bar, just drinking.
Yeah,
Get ready to fly.
I feel like he's on borrowed time.
Probably.
Like he was
was
in there where he was. We were like, all right, this is probably it.
I think he was like in a coma or something for
The
a while.
ref was lifting his arm and stuff.
And then he's like,
Far back.
And then we go to Gio.
I'll take Dave Coulier.
Really?
Yeah,
Why? Because we got cancer?
he's got cancer. Yeah.
Oh, he's got the big
Aw.
casino.
Sucks.
Yeah, remember they asked the doctors to cut it out.
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
I don't like it.
All right, who's next?
Joe.
I'm going to go with actress from On the Waterfront, Eva Marie Saint. Had her on my list last year.
Yep.
So
Joe was already prepared for an argument.
Oh, yeah.
I like it.
And we know she's alive.
I'm checking.
Yeah, she
Okay.
is.
She is 100 years
97 or
old.
something
She's
like that.
100 years old.
Oh, so if she goes, I get extra points.
No,
Yeah.
if she goes,
Century.
you only
Yeah,
get.
yeah, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, if you go
century.
over.
Yeah. Read the rules, buddy.
I know,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, they changed.
She's also Oscar winner.
Oh yeah, and she's worth the points. But now that we've already had first to go, the old people. Actually, in that case, it makes sense. But the old people aren't worth as much.
Yeah, but I
going
got to
for
be
the
honest
triad.
with you. If you can build up a bunch of old people where you have original picks and doing that,
And you can call your shot
Right.
on them.
Yeah,
And you
yeah.
got 666 points if you get 3 of them within a month, right?
Wow.
Yeah.
All right. Boy, somebody was reading the rules
Oh,
over
yeah.
vacation. All
Uh,
right, who's next, Carmen?
Ian Beckles. And I'm just going to go, he sent me a list of like 20 people. So I'm
Right.
just going to go with the top 2. Kodak Black
Okay.
Okay.
is a rapper.
Yeah.
we know.
Oh,
you.
my bad,
How
Hip Hop
dare
King. And then Pope Benedict.
Okay.
Interesting.
And
All
who's
right.
next? Back to Joe.
Yeah,
Back to
back to
Joe.
Pep.
All right, Pappy.
Mamie Van Doren, American actress, singer, model, and sex symbol.
Yeah, we know.
Yeah, okay.
How old is she?
She is, I think she's in her 90s now.
Real quick. Ian's out. Pope Benedict died. I thought so. He died in 2022.
He did?
Yeah.
Oh, Benny died?
Yep.
I don't remember that.
Yeah.
He's the one that quit?
Yeah, he's the one that quit. He was the one that looked like the emperor.
Yeah. All right. So back to Ian. What did Ian needs the second one?
After that, Marv Levy.
Marv Levy. Okay.
Levy. Okay.
All right. Marv Levy, we know is still alive.
I'm checking right now to make sure because I think I had him before. Let's see. Yeah, still alive, 99.
Okay. All right. So we'll replace that. Pope Benny out. Marv Levy in. All right.
Got it.
And then Joe, Mimi Van Doren.
Yep.
And then who? Gio?
Yep.
Doc Severinsen.
Oh, man. How old is he?
He's in his 90s,
Oof.
high 90s.
Blowing that horn.
Former guest of the show.
Sure.
Was he?
Yeah.
Yeah, we had him on.
I believe you. All right. And then who goes?
Galvin.
Galvin?
I am going to go with, see if you guys can figure it out.
Frankie Valli.
Oh, yeah.
yeah. Oh, that's a good one.
You got to check. He might already be dead. Like, I
It's
really think
possible.
we need a ruling there because he's quite possible he's dead already.
It's wild that they're still pushing him out on
Like,
stage.
Can I tell you, though, that when I met him, I thought he was a dick. Like, I thought he was being a dick because he was just so quiet and stiff. Like, hey, can we grab a picture? And he just looked at you. And I'm like, oh. All right, now I get it. Now he's
Yeah,
just
probably
old.
wasn't.
Yeah,
I
just
couldn't
didn't
hear
do
what
it.
you were saying.
He is Weekend at Bernie's.
It's wild.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking for strings on his arms.
Yeah.
He's coming here soon. I think it's
Yeah.
Hard Rock.
Hard
Yeah.
Rock.
I
yeah.
kind of want to go. I just want to see that for myself.
The
would see
problem
that.
is that it's a waste of time because what you see is you see these 4 young guys out there singing all the
They're just
songs.
doing
Dancing
Yeah,
around.
and then he walks out there and he just lip syncs and he doesn't even move his lips, so it's hard to watch.
Having watched the videos, I don't know. I feel like I need to see it with my own eyes.
But I mean, you're just watching lip sync.
Yeah.
All right, who's next?
Tony Burton.
Okay.
All right, hold on a second. One should have it ready. All right. Tony Burton would like Michael Schumacher.
Okay. See, that's good. I did some research on that, and Michael Schumacher's not in any shape to die. He'll be okay.
He's been dying for the last
But
5
he's not.
years.
He's not. The problem with Michael Schumacher is they don't really talk about him, so you don't really know. But people that are there say he's only paralyzed. He's not dying. So, all right, who's next?
I am, and I'm gonna go John Cleese.
Oh.
He just looks
Okay.
old.
He does
To
look
me.
old.
Yeah.
He's got to be in his 80s.
He's 85.
Yeah. All right. So that's
So,
old.
yep.
Okay.
And Mike Calta.
Just one pick, or I do, and then we go back, right?
Yeah, we're snaking.
Okay. So I'm going to
Snaking
take Uncle June, Dominic Chinese.
You hear that whistle?
You hear that whistle?
Oh, good one.
That'll be pick number 1.
Mm-hmm.
I got 2 to choose from here, and I'm not sure which one I'm going to go with. I'm going to take Willie Nelson.
On the boat
A
again.
perennial guest on the list, but a guy who had to cut back his touring and is just an old dude. I
Mhm.
think Willie Nelson.
Willie Nelson. Okay.
All right.
And then I don't like this pick, so I'm gonna go down one more. I'm gonna go
Was the
Dan
hottest thing
Schneider.
Dan Schneider, the owner of the
former owner
of the Redskins, or
No,
the guy from the Nickelodeon.
The one,
Okay.
yeah, I think they're gonna get him
Okay.
in this Diddy sting.
Former owner of the Redskins would be a better one, I think.
Yeah. The new owner of the Redskins is what's his name? Do we know?
No.
I saw him at the game.
Yeah, I don't know off the top of my head.
Seems like a fun guy.
I saw your girl Kat Stickler down there in the game on sidelines.
Oh.
Really?
Yeah.
I was on the sidelines. I didn't see her.
She had a picture of her. She said, just cheering for my team.
Yeah, dude. I found out that these promoters are trying so desperately to hire influencers now.
Josh Harris, by the way,
Yeah.
is the owner of the Commanders.
Oh yeah. He was out there.
That's the move, the influencers.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All right. What else?
Tony Burton.
So, did I just give Tony Burton's? Oh, my bad.
You did
We're
not.
snaking back.
Yeah.
That's my bad.
No. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I got confused. Bobby Cox.
All right. We know that he's alive.
Bobby Cox, baseball manager.
Player manager. Yeah.
Let's make sure. Bobby Cox, 83 years old.
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
All right.
Still alive.
Who's next?
Galvin.
It is me, and I am going to go with, been in a wheelchair for a while, and he's been on the list before, Tim Curry.
He was my other guy.
Yeah.
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 All right.
I'll take Don King.
Oh man, Don King. I forgot he was still alive.
Yeah. Has he been on the show?
Yes.
Yeah, he has.
Yeah.
All right.
93.
Yeah, I was watching Deal or No Deal Island last night.
Oh,
you
yeah?
ever watch that?
No, I've seen previews for it. It was the Joe.
Yeah, I thought it would be stupid, but it wasn't so bad. But it is Joe Manganiello. And I was watching it, and it said hosted by Joe Manganiello. And then it said Matt Kunitz was the executive producer. And I thought both those guys have been on the show. Like, I can't watch TV for 5 minutes without seeing people that have been on the show before. We've had everybody on over the last 20 years. Anyway, sorry, Carmen, where are we at?
Joe.
I will be going with American linguist Noam Chomsky. He was reported dead last year, and his wife said that the reports of his death were inaccurate and false. I believe they'll be true this year.
Okay. All right. And you're calling him a linguist?
He is American linguist.
All right. Okay.
And
we agree that he's
Yeah,
famous?
famous.
Yeah, it's Noam
Okay.
Chomsky because last time Joe picked him, he said Noam and didn't even know his name.
No, I know him.
No.
Now you know him. You
No,
know
I
him,
know
know
him.
him.
I
Now
know
you
him.
know
I
him.
know him.
Mhm.
All right. And Joe again?
Nope.
Oh,
And then
that's it.
Ian Beckles, and he's gonna go with Latoya Jackson.
Okay.
And that is it.
That's
Those
it for the day?
Those are our 3 picks.
Okay.
yes.
All right. Sounds good. Don't forget, we still got to do a local pick. We still have to do a bone pick. And I think that's it, right? And round out, of course, the rest of the ones here.
Yeah, and the fact that Tony already has points on the board.
Yeah.
Who was it for? I love that. It just happened the other day. And none of us know.
Black Bart.
Oh, yeah, Black Bart.
Yeah, that's why I couldn't
I
remember.
got screwed out of that. All right, we have to take a break, but Dominic Ferriello is going to join us next. So if you have a question for Dom and you want to get on the phone lines, now is the time to do it. 800-771-1025. That is 800-771-1025.
Does that number ring right to his office? Or
No,
is he gonna
I
be
believe that's in the studio.
Okay.
He's going to, I assume he's in his office, Carmen?
I'll have to go find him.
He's not in the he's not in the studio.
He's not in the studio.
He's in
yet.
the building. I know that.
Yeah, so therefore he must be in
Go
his
knock
office.
on the door, Carmen.
Okay.
Unbelievable.
Come and knock
We'll take
on
a
my
quick
door.
break. Dominic Ferriello asked the Dom in the studio with us next on 102.5 The Bone. Carmen,
Yes.
is Dom in the studio with us?
Yes, he is.
Hello, Dom. How are you?
Hey guys, happy Tuesday.
Where were you? We were looking for you. Were you in your office?
I was with Mr. Meter, just chatting with the big boss man, making sure everything in administration is doing well for 2025, and excited over my, new time slot in third hour. He just wanted to see how last week was going. And, so every now and then you just got to check in with the executive branch over here, not every day, not every time, just every once in a while, make sure they're happy.
But I was right. You do have an office now.
Well, if you consider, the time I sneak into Jason's office, mine, I guess technically I would have a corner there.
I was told last week that you were given Rhonda's old office.
Miss Carswell, how long has she been gone? I don't even know. That's a long time. No, I have a janitorial office here that I share. As a matter of fact,
can't get a straight answer out of this guy.
No, this is not under oath. Now you get me back under oath, and we'll have a different conversation. But I am too savvy in the art of cross-examination, sir.
No, you're not. You just totally gave away your whole hand just right there.
I guess right.
By avoiding the answer.
You cannot say that, or else you're avoiding the answer. So
Carmen just was upset because she doesn't have an office. She's been here for 13 years.
I don't want an office.
Well, what's nice is because now that I'm here a little earlier, but I'm here twice a week, and when I meet different people, and I've got a slew of folks coming in last week, I got a bunch of people coming in tomorrow, and if you don't do crossovers, it's nice to have a spot to talk to people and hang out, and then I got just a crap load of books and things that I've collected over 16 years here with you in May, and 12 years doing.
By all
the show.
means, you should have a place to put your book.
Well, if people ask legal questions, it's nice to know the answer if I can't remember it.
It's true.
So I say, hang on. I've got the statutes. I've got the pamphlets, just a variety of different things, and it's just nice.
I'm curious if you've heard of the internet.
Yes, everything on there is real. Yes, everything.
Well, I would have to imagine that there's something that you go to, law.org, that has the actual stuff.
And now you wonder why my clients have to hire me. They trust everything on the internet, Galvin. Trust me, I will not steer you wrong.
Well, if you have a question on whether or not you want to hire Dom, and you got a question for him right now, you can get through 800-771-1025. And let's go right now. Good morning. I'm sorry. Good morning. You're on with Ask Dom. What do you got?
Hey, good morning. How are you?
Good, sir. What do you got?
Mike, I got a problem, man. My mom passed away in 23. My sister was the POA to this, I don't know, what you call it, ad lib will thing. Looks like it was written with a crayon. And I'm getting ripped off on that, and nothing's been sent to probate. I've been left in the dark. I want people to pay, not cash literally, but I mean, how do I get some justice from this, man?
Well, your timing couldn't be any better as far as tomorrow night's show, because my lawyer that does probate law, wills, trusts, estate planning, elder law is going to be in studio. So that's attorney Andrew Gracie. So he's going to be.
Oh, may I just call back then?
Well, yeah, but I mean, I'll answer the question now, which one of the things that always perplexed me in this area of law, and I talk to him about it all the time, is if you're not in the will, or if there's no probate document. So if someone dies and you have a will, it's testate. If they don't have a will or controlling documents, intestate, and then you fall back to Florida statutes. So if there is a will and you're not in it, then you don't have access or right to see it. And if you're not the power of attorney,
my sister was power of attorney, and then when my mom passed away, rather than it default to me, which I thought I would be first I thought I'd be the POA, and then my sister be the agent or whatever. After my mom passed away, the POA goes away, and then it went to my stepsister on the other side. Why wouldn't it come back to me? It's like I got bypassed on that whole thing.
Maybe somebody didn't like you.
Yeah, maybe you're not in the will. Maybe you're not, or in the trust document. There's a lot of different.
There was a will. I've seen it. It looks like a 4-year-old wrote it up, and it's Dom. If I could send this to you, it's laughable.
Yes,
I mean,
you can send it.
Ridiculous.
You can send it to me, and then I'll forward it to Andrew. Andrew's gonna be on the show tomorrow. But if you're not in the will, even if it's written in crayon, then you don't have a right to access it.
I'm listed as a beneficiary on the will.
That's different. That's different.
The will starts off as, hey, when I die, everything goes to my husband, and then if he dies, then it gets distributed amongst the kids. But once he dies, doesn't it nullify her will?
Well, the problem is, what did he do with the assets before he died? So, for example, follow the bouncing ball.
Yes, sir.
So let's say everything that she had goes to him, and then now he owns it. Now he can then divest that in a will or a trust because he owns it. And if he dies, then it follows that different line. It's almost like a different timeline, if you will.
Here's the monkey wrench, Dom. He's been ruled incompetent by the court. His daughter is his POA now.
You know what you remind me of? It's a fantastic call. You remind me of a law school exam. Because every time I solve a problem,
you another one.
You read the next paragraph, and then there's another legal issue there. So, which is great. I mean,
let me give you another one, Dom.
Oh my God, let me sit down.
The facility that she was in
wasn't
licensed at the time.
Well, so what happens is, in this situation is you definitely need to consult with a lawyer. You can send me any documents you'd like to asksadom.com. I forward those directly to Andrew. Andrew's going to be on the show tomorrow. Start time is 7 p.m. We go all the way to 10, and we can chat about it. And if you send the documents today, he'll have them to read and look at for tomorrow. I got more time to chat with you then.
Tom, that would be fantastic. My name's Wood from Alpharetta, and even up in Georgia, we love you guys. I know you're only talking to Florida law, and this all occurred in Florida. So,
all right,
totally with you on that.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate you listening from Georgia.
Yes, they need to play you up here.
I hear you, brother. Thank you.
Immediately.
All right, I'm on it. Thank you. Call back tomorrow. That opens the line 800-771-1025 if you'd like to get through to talk to Ask Saddam. Good morning. You're on with Ask Saddam. What do you got?
Hi, I have a question about credit. I got sued by a credit card company because I stopped paying on them. And I got a summons in the mail for our local courts. My question is, if my income is less than a certain amount, is there any credit forgiveness programs that are offered?
Well, at this point in time, you're past that. I think that if you would have called the credit card company before it got litigious and they filed a collections action against you, you probably would have an opportunity to go into some type of forbearance or credit forgiveness program. But now they've gotten lawyers involved. It's probably a law firm out of Fort Lauderdale. If they have a 954 area code, that's usually who handles these type of cases across the state. And so now what happens is you have to go there. You don't necessarily need a collections debit credit lawyer at this point in time. How much do you owe on the credit cards? What's the amount?
Yeah, it's less than $10,000.
All right. Well, what's going to happen is this. You go to court. You need to show up because you got summons. The court's going to send you folks to a mediation, which is right there in the courthouse. And what happens is the parties will sit down, and you can mediate with them on a repayment plan. So and you can also negotiate further. So let's say if it's under 10 grand, let's just say it's 10 grand. If you go there and you have the ability to pay them off, say, look, will you guys take $5,000 today, and then wipe off the rest? That's written in an order, in a release, in a waiver, and there you go. Or if you can negotiate down the $7,500, and I'll pay you $250 a month until it's paid off. I mean, you have the ability to negotiate with them at the mediation, depending on what your budget allows, what you can afford. You don't necessarily need in this juncture to hire an attorney. You can, but I don't think you need one.
My question, too, is a lot of my income comes from SSI benefits, so I don't actually have a lot of money coming in. Are they allowed to take out of that SSI benefits if there is a
certain judgments might have issues? I think you're going to be predominantly protected there because that's going to be for disability. Is it SSI or SSDI?
It's for my son's disability.
Okay, no, your son is an independent party, so they're not going to deduct money that's going to another individual because they have a disability. That's not his credit debt. So just like if you die, God forbid, all right, just in hypothetical, if you pass, then the debt dies with you. It's not the debt doesn't unless there's multiple names on the card. So there's a variety of different options there. Now, if you want to email me, we can still get you to a lawyer and double check some other questions and issues. But go to that hearing and just negotiate with them at the mediation at this point. And if it gets difficult, or you don't know what's going on, or they give you another court date, or maybe the negotiations blow up at mediation, just call me back or send me an email, and then we can get you right on track with somebody.
Awesome. Perfect. Thank you. Appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Thank
My
you,
pleasure.
Buck, and good luck.
Thank you. Bye.
800-771-1025. There's still some time to take a couple more phone calls if you want to get them in. If not, and you don't get through today, you could always go to AskTheDom.com. And then, of course, Dom's got his show tomorrow night here on this radio station. Good morning. You're on with Ask the Dom. What do you got?
Yes, Dom. I'm in a job with the union, and I got pushed to another job because of the union seniority and made less money. Now I've got the seniority to go back to that job, but I had bought a car before I got pushed out of that job, and I was asking them, can you please let me make this amount of money payments every month? And they would never respond and say, no, we can't do nothing for you. That's just what's going to happen. So I sent them an email. I wanted some track record saying this is what's going on. And now they sent me back saying something that it's under investigation. Well, I haven't heard nothing back since October. I've got that new job and the new position I had that paid more money. And they're still not responding to me, and I'm waiting for them to repossess the car. What do I have, a leg?
Well, hang on a second. You're under investigation by who?
No, I bought a new car, and I was making payments on it, and then I got pushed out of my job.
All right, well, stop for a second. Time out.
Because of seniority.
You're talking about, so you're commingling two different things. You're talking about the purchase of an asset, which is under a contracts law.
Yep.
Right, you bought a car.
Yep.
You have an agreement to pay for the car, and then you've now crossed the streams. If you're a fan of Ghostbusters, and now you're talking about an employment issue between a union and unionized labor. So you've got an employment labor law issue, and then you've got a purchase of a car. Now the purchase of the car, I'm assuming in your mind, is connected to the amount that you make in employment, which is why you negotiated the amount of month you want to pay for the vehicle. Is that the connection?
Correct.
All right, but one has nothing to do with the other. In your mind, it does.
Yeah.
Because in your mind, say, I'm going to buy this new car and I want to pay a certain amount a month because I have this job. But then all of a sudden you don't have this job anymore. That shifted the amount now that you're paying for the car. That's not the lien holder's problem, the folks you bought the car from.
Oh, yeah. Yes, sir. I get that. I should contact them back saying, hey, I got my position back because they've never come and repossessed the car.
You're in default.
They wouldn't allow me to make the payments.
So you're in default, and they will not take your payments.
Okay.
Is that where? That's what I'm asking you. How long are you in default? How many months?
Just 2 months.
All right. So sometimes between 60 and 90 days, you've got a time to cure. So you need to contact them, predominantly in writing, if you will, and say, look, I have the ability to cure with the breach because you breached the contract and not paying the amount for the car for the past 60 days. And then if you need...
The question is, I've been trying to contact them and they will not respond back to me.
All right. Well, then I think either they passed the breach moment, they're just going to repossess the car and then sue you for the breach of contract. So what you can do is then now you need a lawyer that does debit, credit, collections, because then that lawyer can call them and say, hey, I need to speak to your legal counsel regarding the breach of contract issue, which is the purchase of the car. So unfortunately, it may not get litigious to a court, but you need now a lawyer to step in so they can talk to legal counsel if they're not talking to you about the breach and the loan. That's the junction where you are right now.
That's the question I was asking.
That's the answer. Yeah, email me. We'll give you a Dave Singa, and then they can take care of you. Because if they're not communicating with you, I get it, and you're going to spin your wheels, no pun intended. But let's get the lawyer to communicate with their legal counsel to see if we can't solve the problem for you. That's the answer.
Thank you, sir.
Yep, you're welcome.
All right, another satisfied customer, Dom.
It's like the marquee. We got to send that. We got to change the number.
Change it out.
Right there.
Tomorrow night, you'll get to hear Dom on this station. What do we have tomorrow? I know you had mentioned earlier.
Well, we have two great guests. So Miss Yvette Lewis is coming in. She is the local president chapter here of the NAACP. So she is a good friend of mine, return guest to the Acid Dom show. She'll be in. And then attorney Andrew Gracie, sponsor of the show, Peebles and Gracie, does probate law, wills, trusts, estate planning. Great segment to listen as you start the new year. A lot of people's trying to get their finances in order, try to get things situated after the holidays. With time for a look at your wills, trusts, estate plannings in a new year. Tax season's right around the corner, all that good stuff. So tomorrow, 7 to 10.
All right. You get the full 3 hours of Dom. You could always go to askthedom.com if you didn't get through today and email him through the website, or you can give him a call at his office, 813-251-5550. I program that number on my phone so that if I'm ever in an emergency or if I ever have a problem, I don't have to go to Google and scramble and try to find it. It's always on call, and there's somebody there at the answering service 24 hours a day if you need Dom, if there is an emergency. So, Dom, thank you for helping the listeners this morning.
Always. Thank you, guys. Happy Tuesday. Have a great week.
Enjoy your office for the rest of the day. We will
Thank
take
you
a
very
quick break.
much.
It's the Mike Calta Show. This is 102.5 The Bone.
There is going to be no Johnny B today.
Why?
He is not feeling good. Monica is
I
out.
told you. It was his breath.
Yeah, probably blew his breath back in his face.
He made it a week.
Yeah,
What happened?
Monica's out sick. Johnny B is out sick. He's just not feeling well.
Well,
So now I don't know.
Probably.
But now I'm thinking that maybe I'm not hungover. I'm sick.
Oh.
My wife's sick.
It's possible.
So you did not have the wine?
No, I did have wine, but I didn't have enough wine like I should feel like this.
Right.
You know what I
Right.
mean? Like I know my intake.
You've had a
and I know-
lackluster performance today.
Excuse you, sir.
The show.
What are your symptoms?
I'm just like lethargic. I just like don't. I'm just like I'm really tired.
Oh, I'm like that every day.
But like I shouldn't be.
Right.
Like there's no reason I should be. Like I went to bed at like 9:30 instead of 9.
Mm.
That was like the big difference.
I
You know
got
what I mean?
I got roped into Deal or No Deal Island last night. My wife, we watched Jeopardy when it came over the show with Cedric the Entertainer and Schmidt from
Right.
New Girl is
Yeah.
on. And Schmidt was outside by he had one of those library, those free little libraries that he's made on his front lawn where you can exchange, like a book exchange.
Mm-hmm.
And he was talking to his wife out there about the book exchange, and my wife goes, "Are you watching this, or can I change it?" And I go, "Seriously?" And like I tried to pretend that I liked the show.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, "No, I was like, got to get this off. This is awful." Cedric the Entertainer, I find entertaining. Not on the stupid show though.
Right. Yeah, that show's very contrite. My wife was not feeling well so much that I was watching the football game in my bedroom.
Oh,
I said, you can have out here the big TV and watch it and do whatever you want. She was watching something dumb, and I was like, I'll watch in there. And then at halftime, she was like, you can watch it out here. And I was like, no, I'll watch it there.
I get stuck watching movies at night. I get in bed and I turn on the movie channels and I start watching a movie, and next thing you know, it's 11:15. I go, why am I still watching this?
Yeah, I've made that choice a long time ago where I go, I'm done. I can easily watch this tomorrow. Doesn't matter. I've already seen it.
Yeah.
It's almost 99% of the time something I've already seen.
For sure.
Do you ever do the math of if I go to sleep right now,
Yeah.
then I'll have exactly 3 hours and 42 minutes before my alarm goes off?
Yes.
I do that all the time.
I'm surprisingly good with like 5 hours of sleep. Like I can go to bed. If
5 hours is okay.
Yeah, if I have to. I don't
Right.
necessarily want to. I'd rather be bed at like 9 or 9:30. But if I have to, if I'm watching a game and it's going to 11:30 or something, between 11:30 and midnight, I'm like, all right, I'm still fine.
So I used to, back in the day when I did Buccaneer coverage, if I went to a late game like that and then went into the locker room afterwards, then went home and got my audio together and got everything ready, it could be 1 o'clock in the morning. And I used to have to leave for work at 4:30 back in the day. So between that 1 and 4, I would just decide to clean my room and do some stuff and stay awake. And then somewhere around 3:45, I start going, "Oh, this is a bad idea. This is a bad idea." And then I push through, and then I go and I do the show. Now, that was when I was not my show, when I was on somebody else's show, so that it was not all on me to do that. I wasn't in the studio the whole time and all that. And there were
Plus
times where I would
25 years younger.
Right.
That helps.
And then I would not be on the air for like, all right, this segment's not going to involve me. It'll be 40 minutes, so I could just go in the other room and steal a couple of wings.
Right.
You know, Lord knows I did. I'd hide in bathrooms, closets.
After the Bucks game, I didn't even go to the Bucks game, but I was all wound up from it, and I couldn't go to sleep. It was like 2 o'clock. I was still awake.
I did not feel.
Like, oh man,
did not feel the same way, Gio.
Yeah.
The minute I got in that bed, I was like, "Good night, everybody."
Yeah.
See, I had a gig on Sunday and I didn't get home until 11:30.
Yeah.
And I pulled out all the tricks. I took my
Cocaine.
No, that is not
a
helpful.
little Tootski.
No, I didn't drink, but I do have like little mocktails that I like to have.
I don't drink, but I have mocktails.
To fool your body.
Mocktail is a virgin drink,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
So
it does-
you're what are you doing?
It doesn't have alcohol, but it has mushroom supplements in
Oh.
it. So, and you get them at the grocery
That's a
store.
mushtail.
And so it's nothing crazy, but they're called mocktails. That's what they're labeled as. But they have like different mushrooms and ashwagandha in it, and lemon balm, which is like a calming agent.
Mm-hmm.
So I did that, and then I woke up Chad, and we did a little.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah.
My wife has never woken me up to do it.
Well, so because I was gonna do it myself.
Yeah.
And I started doing it myself, and then he heard, and he was like, "Oh, can I help?" And I was like, "Of course."
But you were in bed with him doing it to yourself?
Yeah.
Right next to him?
Yeah. And
With tools or no?
Tools, yeah, of course.
Good
yeah, I
for you,
can't.
So
do it.
he's sleeping in here.
Well, he wasn't sleeping because I got home right for the last 5 minutes of the Bucks game.
Right.
So during that time, I got in the shower and I did, and I got ready for bed. And then when I
stank off.
and then when I got into bed, there was like 1 minute left of the game.
All right.
And so we watched the last, and he was like, "All right, I'm going to bed. Do you care?" And I'm like, "No, but I am gonna, take care. I'm gonna take care of myself because it's 11:30 and I'm like wide awake."
Now, what if it was in the reverse? If you got in bed and you're like, "I'm gonna go to bed," he goes, "I'm just gonna pull one out." Are you cool?
Yeah, I'd be like, he would not do that. One, he would go downstairs.
Oh.
He has a little.
Yeah, but what if
actually downstairs?
Yeah.
So he can get on the computer with his other boys.
Yeah.
Yes, correct. So he can tark off.
fire up the gaming computer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Wow.
So, but again, I mean, sometimes we don't want to do it, and
Carmen's over there Chad's trying to sleep, and
well, he was being nice. He was giving me like a little massage.
Yeah.
And then a couple minutes into it, he was like, "All right, never mind. I'm awake. I'll help you."
Oh, wow.
And I was like, "Okay, thank you."
Man, there's a lot going on there.
It is. We are definitely
upstairs,
different.
downstairs.
We're definitely different ages.
Steam box.
Yeah.
None of that's happening in my house.
Mocktails.
The mocktails.
Listen, we had a little drought because we're 4 years in. You know what I mean? So we're picking back up.
Oh.
Right.
Yeah.
We're revving things up. It's it's go time.
I like it. Good for you. You think you'd be in a better mood?
Dealing with
Mike
you.
Calta
it's
Show.
really
Good morning.
hard.
Hello.
Hey, good morning, Mike.
What's up, buddy?
No, I was just wondering, did you guys do any Metallica tickets at all today or not?
We didn't do it today. We just every time I start to do it, we get something happen and we run long. I will do it tomorrow. I promise.
All right, awesome, man. I just was wondering if you did or not. Thanks, man.
Thank you. We'll do it tomorrow. We got single day tickets for Metallica, and I got some to give away. We just got too busy. I'm sorry. Medicine Man?
Yeah, believe it or not, the Metallica concert's like 6 days after my birthday next year.
Oh, now that's going to be a hard ticket for you to get.
Yeah.
Nobody's just going to give you Metallica tickets.
I know.
You might have to break
That's
down and buy
it's very
those.
difficult. But I was at the concert the other night, and I ran into Mike Oliveira at the Styx and Loverboy concert at the Sound.
Yeah.
I said hello to him, Happy New Year.
Did he get you those tickets?
No, I got linked up being at Whiskey Wings the night before in Tarpon Springs.
Whiskey Wings.
Who was that Whiskey Wing?
Right now. Yeah, Whiskey Wings. The Black Donkeys are playing, but there was a big football game going Ohio State and Texas.
And somebody just came up to you and said, "Hey, Medicine Man, you want some tickets?"
Yeah, he says he didn't want to go because it was too cold. He said it was going to be too cold to go.
Oh, interesting.
He's Medicine Man, of course.
So I went, and I rode my electric bike all the way down there and back.
Yeah, I saw pictures of you. People sent me pictures of you out there.
Yep.
Well, glad you had
It
a
was a
good time.
blast. Both bands sounded fantastic.
Well, okay, good. I'm glad. Thank you for the review.
Yeah.
Did you see Mike Olivero posted on his Instagram that he went to the Stick Show, Loverboy, and Loverboy, Mike Reno?
Mike
Reno. It was his birthday, and he was having cake, and offered Mike O some cake, and he had cake with him. I thought maybe push the cake away from Mike Reno.
Yeah.
Mike Reno's had a little too much cake in the last couple days.
Everybody's working for the weekend.
Yeah, Blubber Boy.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
He's a little chunky. He's a little chunky monkey.
Celebrates a lot of birthdays.
Carmen, you see the picture?
I did, but I don't think it's that bad.
Well, you
Well,
don't.
you're a
That's
front
because you
man of a
don't
band.
know who he is from before.
Okay. Yeah, I was. Did it? I wasn't like, oh my god.
No, he's just a little
that
chubby.
guy's foot's getting cut off. I was like,
he's too chubby for a rock star.
Yeah, for a lead singer.
Yeah,
you could be a fat drummer, you could be a fat bass player, but you can't be a fat lead singer. 800-771-1025 of the phone number. So, what is this the last week for TikTok?
That's what they're saying.
The 19th. Is when it's supposed to be shut down.
I want to say the 14th.
Sunday. Yeah.
So the 19th, they shut it down unless they're saying Elon Musk might buy it, and then the Mr. Wonderful from the Shark Tank might buy it. So do you think somebody buys it, or do you think they let it shut down for a week or so and see what happens?
I think somebody buys it.
You really? Because I would think I would try to devalue it and let it drop off a little bit.
Yeah, but I think somebody coming in and buying it is like save the day, and then it's more people want it.
And how much money they're gonna make off of it.
But
how much money they're gonna pay
company,
for it.
the ByteDance company, they say no, we're not selling.
Yeah, but then they just don't have it here.
Yeah.
But I don't understand why somebody in America won't just start a new TikTok.
Well, I guess there's another one, Red Note, which people are now downloading instead.
Okay.
But it's also a China-based company.
Oh, see, that's not good.
It's
got red in it.
It's even in Chinese, a lot of the instructions and stuff.
Yeah, but why didn't anybody in America just go, okay, I'll rival that?
Yeah, I don't know.
Blue Note.
You'd think maybe
Instagram.
Elon. Yeah.
We already have it. We have Instagram.
Nah, but Instagram doesn't work like TikTok does, man. TikTok, everybody's on TikTok.